And we are back. Thanks for joining in if you're here.
You're
Um,
welcome.
and the other people that are going to slowly start coming in here in the next couple of minutes. Today we're going to talk the weekend wrestling as well as AEW Double or Nothing that happened last night. I'm
I'm here
here
for double or
as
nothing.
always with Trevor,
Uh,
and we have special guest MXG this week.
What's up? What's up? What's everybody doing?
But yeah,
I'm here like every other week. I'm not really a special guest anymore.
eh, we have a lot of constant special guests.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, how'd you guys feel about the week? No spoilers yet, but how'd you guys feel about the week?
The week in wrestling in general.
Yes.
Well,
a lot of good
I didn't
shit.
watch a lot of good shit and also a lot of eh. I only watched NXT. No, I didn't watch NXT. I watched like Friday, Saturday, Sunday wrestling
Gotcha.
because that's when I had cable and internet. So I watched SmackDown, and then I watched Dynamite, and then I watched Double or Nothing.
Okay, so you watched
Um,
Dynamite on Saturday?
no, I watched Dynamite Friday night, directly after SmackDown.
Oh, okay, you watched that. You said Friday,
Yes, I did
Saturday,
watch it.
Sunday, so I was really confused what you watched on Saturday.
Well, I mean Friday into Sunday,
Got
Saturday
got
just
you.
yeah,
Jafiel. So
yeah.
yeah, first thing up is Monday Night Raw as usual, everybody's favorite. From
Yeah.
May 24th. Um, yeah. Yeah, we're just under 4 weeks away from Hell in a Cell.
Oh my God, we really are.
A couple weeks away. Um, we had Kofi Kingston versus Drew McIntyre open the show. MVP introduced Bobby Lashley, and he came out with women. Um, which is the same thing he did last week.
Right.
Um, and then they recapped what happened last week. Um, Drew McIntyre came out to respond. He joked about how predictable it was for him to show up. And then Kingston and Woods came out to the ring. Because if you remember last week, Kofi Kingston picked up a win over Drew McIntyre, or over Bobby Lashley.
Bobby
Sorry.
Lashley.
Um, so yeah, they would have a match to determine who will face Bobby Lashley at Hell in a Cell. Um, this match ended up ending in a disqualification because of
We should
MVP
really
and
start
Bobby
keeping
Lashley.
track of that.
What disqualifications?
Yeah.
I don't know why they always have that ending, because then it always bites them in the ass.
Well, then you're always going to get a triple threat as well.
Yeah, that's what oh, now it's going to be a triple threat match. I mean, they're still doing the rematch next week to see who's the number one contender, but
Which is happening
I'm
right now. Well, it's not happening like right now. Right now, it's News TV.
yeah,
But
and then I'm sure they're going to interfere again.
Yeah.
I will say, it's not necessarily a spoiler for Raw. It's just something I found funny for this week. Uh, it's Miz TV and Miz and Morrison are out there, and they had like what looked to be a bottle of like a bucket of champagne and shit, and John Morrison just pulled out one of them water guns you get at the pool, and it's labeled dripstick. I just think that's like really fucking funny.
Moving on.
Miz isn't
Uh,
dead.
I need a beer.
we had Nikki Cross versus Rhea Ripley. And Nikki Cross actually made it out with a win here. How do you guys feel about Nikki Cross getting a little bit of a push for the past couple weeks?
I mean, a
I would
win
like to
because
see
she
more of
didn't
it.
get beat in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean,
That really didn't make sense to me. We've seen what Nikki Cross can do in NXT. Her last woman standing match against Asuka was one of the best matches that year. Um, I feel like they're treating Nikki like a joke right now. I feel like yeah they are giving her like a minor push, but at the same time it's just like they're not really doing anything with her.
Yeah.
I like Becky, but
Oh, I love Nikki.
just
She's great.
this is it was weird that it was a 2-minute. She had to beat her in 2 minutes. I mean,
It made her look like a chump.
because Rhea was just playing around and forgot about the clock, right? Mainly.
Yeah, nobody really benefited from that match.
No, but I mean, Nikki Cross came out basically unscathed, and she was cheering and very hyped about her win. So, I mean, take it for what it's worth, I guess.
I mean, yay, she's on the show, I guess.
She is on the show. That is a good point.
Did I host a stream? Pretty sure I did.
Next up, we had Charlotte versus Asuka. In a mediocre match, these two have been doing a lot of matches lately.
Yeah.
Charlotte ends up countering Asuka into a pin combo and picking up the win. So Charlotte
just,
picks up the win in this one.
Can we just fuck off with the surprise roll-ups?
I love surprise roll-ups.
No, you don't.
I really do.
I mean, it wasn't a great match, but it was still better than most matches on Raw. I mean, it's been done so much, though. These two,
Right.
just put it to rest. Put someone else in the spotlight.
Facts.
This is normal for them, though. Just making something go as long as they possibly can before they end it.
Yeah, a lot of things are going too long lately. Priest and Miz.
Next up, we had Riddle versus Xavier Woods in an actually really good match. And then Riddle ended up picking up the win with an RKO. Out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how I felt about that.
You don't. I mean,
'Cause
that is his tag team partner right now, so
Right.
you can't hate it too much.
No, I don't hate it. It felt kind of weird to me.
Just seeing somebody else do it.
Yeah, because we've seen back in like I think it was 2018, 2019 when Styles and Orton were feuding. AJ beat Tozawa with the RKO, and that felt weird too.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many variants of the
Right
now.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, even if you go to AEW, we saw quite a few cutters that we'll talk about a little bit later.
It was a pretty good match, though, and
Yeah, I thought it
both
was
these
a-
guys
Yeah, it was a solid
were
match.
really good.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good match, and it was a surprise. It was a surprise seeing Riddle hitting RKO, and there was a lot of near falls in it as well, which helped grow that into being a really good match.
Excuse me.
Next up, we had Natty and Tamina versus Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler for the Tag Team Championship. Another explosion ended up blinding Reginald once again. And Natty ended up rolling up Baszler for the win.
Boring.
Yeah, I mean, I like Natalia and Tamina. It just doesn't really feel like they're doing anything with them right now.
We have
It's just one of those feuds.
on-air cameo. He really can't hear, but my wife is forcing him to get on camera right next to me. So, yeah, Ty is here. If you want to peek in, there you go. Yeah.
I am here, yes.
Yeah, so there's another guest we have on the show. But yeah, this whole thing with Alexa Bliss and I think Shannon Baszler, honestly. I think that's who she's really targeting. I don't think she's targeting the whole tag team.
Yeah, I feel like they've been teasing the breakup of Nia Jax and Asuka. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler.
Yeah,
for
they have
like
for the past couple
about
weeks.
a solid month now.
Just
Yeah.
do it. They don't need to be a team.
That's what I'm saying. They're fairly good.
What?
Shayna
I
Baszler's
don't
a really
know
good
if
singles
Shayna Baszler
competitor.
is a good first target for Alexa.
I think Shayna Baszler is a very good test for the new Alexa Bliss because Shayna Baszler is seen as a
I agree.
good talent.
She is. She was. But now she's been lumped in with Nia Jax. People take her a lot less seriously.
They definitely take her less seriously than they did in NXT. That's
sure.
absolutely for sure. But that was the end of Monday Night Raw. But yeah,
It was Raw. Nothing really special happened.
yeah, but this wasn't like a crazy, like, really, really, really long Raw. The matches were good. There was only 5 matches on the card in a 3-hour show.
Yeah, and Riddle versus Woods felt like the main event, really.
Yeah, Riddle versus Woods was a very
That should have
good
been the
match.
main event.
Yeah,
I agree.
I'm gonna mute myself real
That's
quick. I'll
been
be
a
right
while.
back.
Yeah, I agree. That should have been the main event. That's gonna be one of, when they I was gonna say the network, but I guess Peacock now. I'm sure they'll do the same thing where they do best matches of 2021. I'm sure that'll be on that on that playlist that they put up. But yeah, next up we had NXT from May 25th. Yeah. This actually was a better NXT than it was last week. I know last week I said I was fairly disappointed in everything but the main event, but this was actually a pretty good show.
This
You
was
did
like a
see-
a smaller takeover type show.
Yeah, I mean, you got to see
Without
Bobby
being-
Bobby Fish coming back, returning.
Bobby Lashley. NXT.
We'll talk about that match a little bit later, but it did feel like a little bit bigger of a show. First up, we had Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez versus Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart. Moon and Blackheart defeat Kai and Gonzalez, but it was after the match where Dakota Kai was holding Ember Moon in the corner and forcing her to watch to the outside, where Gonzalez was beating the holy hell out of
Yeah,
Shotzi.
Gonzalez fucking murked
Oh, you're back.
Shotzi.
Hello.
Shit right there.
Yeah, hi, sorry, I was running to the bathroom grabbing a beer.
Gotcha. Yeah, she beat the holy hell out of her while
Good.
making Ember Moon watch.
And you would do it too for a check.
But she really didn't. Ember Moon, I don't know what it was. I don't know if she just wasn't selling it well. She really didn't look like she cared too much. I don't know what it was. I think she just wasn't selling it great.
Now, there's been, I've heard some rumors. I don't know if there's any truth to these rumors. But I heard that NXT is getting ready to introduce a secondary women's title sometime in the near future. I don't know if that's accurate. I don't know if there's any truth behind that.
I don't know.
But I feel like NXT could benefit from a secondary women's championship.
I don't think they have enough women, to be honest. I mean, they're
Actually,
getting
that's
more.
a valid point.
They're getting more, but I really don't think they have
Yeah.
enough to do a
Oh,
main
excuse me.
card, a tag team, and a secondary. If the
That-
main
that's
event
actually
doesn't,
valid,
if the
yeah.
main event doesn't have a mid card title for the women, I don't think NXT should. To be honest, I think that NXT has less serious women in it than the main roster does. The main roster actually has a
Fair.
pretty good women's division.
They do?
The main roster
Yeah, they
also
just
has a
flounder with
pretty
the
good
tag
women's
team
division
titles.
that they know nothing to do with, but I digress.
Why is it always like the same 4 women in the title picture?
Because of
then?
Vince McMahon. VKM, that's why. Next up, we had Bobby Fish versus Pete Dunne. Like I talked about a little bit earlier, but Pete Dunne ends up picking up the win. How'd you guys feel about this match?
You know, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like they're setting up Pete Dunne to possibly go after the NXT Championship again.
Well, they should.
They definitely
I
should.
mean-
Oh, it's long overdue.
Dunn is awesome in the ring.
He's really good. He's one of my favorite technical wrestlers.
It wouldn't surprise me if they moved him up to the main roster. I think that he would do, with the right push, he would be very good and extremely over.
I feel
on the
like,
main
yeah,
roster.
I feel like he could
I
hold
think
the
he's-
Intercontinental
I
title.
think he's one of the few that could actually flourish if he went up to the main roster. But I've said that about a few other people and got let down.
I don't know. Isn't he kind of like short?
He's
So Vince
kind of
may not.
short. He's kind of short, but his power is there.
But
And he's extremely technical. So, I mean,
Oh, I think he's amazing. I'm just thinking Vince likes
technical
guy.
wrestling. I mean, he used to like technical wrestling. Now he just wants kind of big beefy boys, the triple Bs.
And there's nothing wrong with big beefy boys.
There is. There is. You don't need just Braun Strowman versus Braun Strowman in every main event.
Well, that is true, but
Vince McMahon
never mind. I'm gonna shut up.
about that.
Next up, we have Mercedes Martinez versus Zeta Ramir. But before that, we had Hit Row calling out every champion and promising to watch them all closely. Martinez ended up picking up the win over Ramir in a borderline squash match.
Damn.
Nothing.
Yeah, wasn't Martinez her first defense?
Wasn't Martinez her first defense?
Yeah, Raquel. Didn't she defend her title against
Yes.
him? So why are they now making her look like she's not a legit challenge after the fact?
Well, Martinez picked up the win against
Wait.
Ramir, not against Raquel Gonzalez.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just got names
lost
confused.
me.
Yeah.
You lost me there. I was confused. My
Uh,
brain was on E.
But after the match, the lights went out, and Mercedes Martinez has been marked.
Marked.
Oh, by Xia Li?
Yeah, that's what the assumption is. The lights went out. They came back on, and on her right hand, she had.
I mean, that's the first thing I thought of when because I didn't watch NXT, so that's the first thing I thought of.
Yeah, Xia Li's the
I
one
feel
that's
like-
marking people. So.
Yeah. Because didn't Xia Li like break Casey Catanzaro's arm like a month ago or something?
Yeah.
I feel like that's kayfabe because American Ninja Warrior's coming back up, and it's coming back soon. So I feel like
I don't think it's difficult to do both, to be honest with you. American Ninja Warrior is really just a one-night thing.
And Britt Baker runs a full dental practice.
That's true, and Britt Baker runs a full dental practice Monday through Friday. So
Period. She can do it.
That's true.
Britt Baker can do it.
next up, we had LA Knight ruining Cameron Grimes' moment with Ted DiBiase.
I am a big fan of LA Knight's finisher.
I like everybody in this.
It trips me out because
Because you think he's going for a stunner.
no, I think he's going for a cutter, and then he kind of just like falls forward. It always
It's
looks
kinda
like he's
like-
going for an RKO. It always looks like it, but he just falls forward instead of.
It's kind of like who the fuck is that in the commentary table? Jimmy Smith. I've never heard of that guy.
Well, as we'll talk about a little bit later, there was the firing.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, no, I remember now.
Yes, sir. But yeah. How did you guys feel about this? I know we've talked about the Ted DiBiase stuff and where we think it's leading. Do we think it's still leading that way, or do we think that maybe
I don't know.
Ted DiBiase
I'm gonna be honest. I'm drawing a blank.
Maybe he's.
I have no idea where it's going.
He's gonna go with LA Knight instead.
Either way, it should be good.
I've
glad
said
they
it once.
got
I'll say it again. I'm a big fan of Cameron Grimes.
I'm not.
I feel like he's got all the potential in the world.
To the
Um,
moon.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Not a fan. I'm a fan of two.
Well, that's because you're an AEW mark.
That doesn't mean anything.
No, I know. I'm just kidding.
No, I just don't get him. I just don't get it. I don't get the lore to him.
I like him more since the Ted
Yes,
DiBiase thing
I
so
have
far.
as well.
But
I've liked him much more since he went on that cryptocurrency thing like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago.
if
do I
Knight becomes
do I
the next,
like him? No, I don't like him.
if Knight
I
becomes
liked
the next
him-
$1 million man, that could be good too.
I just want to see them bust out the $1 Million Championship again, like they did in 2011 or 2012 or whenever that was,
I'm sure
with that weird
I'm
ass.
sure they could.
Everybody's got a price.
Next up, we had
That sounded like
Frankie
Mr. Krabs. I
Monette
ain't even gonna cap.
having her debut against Cora Jade. And Frankie Monette, her finisher, was very reminiscent to somebody that was calling the match. It was
Well,
the
to be
Glam
fair,
Slam.
that's been her finisher for a long time, even when she was in TNA. Road to
Yes.
Valhalla is what it was.
Yes, it
I
has.
love the little. I feel like, and might be a bit of a stretch. I feel like they might be pushing something between
Beth Phoenix?
in the near future. Beth Phoenix, Frankie Monette.
Well, I mean, they could because they do. Like I just said, I mean, Frankie Monette has the Glam Slam
Because
as a finisher.
when she hit the road, I don't know what she's calling it now, but when she
Glam
hit the
Slam.
road to Valhalla, what is it?
It's called the Glam Slam.
Oh, she calls it the Glam Slam. Okay.
Yeah, it's called the same exact thing.
Okay.
Huh.
They're not going to change the
Okay.
name of the same exact move, especially with Beth on commentary, you know?
Right? It's not like
Yeah.
like, oh,
Because Beth had made a comment when she hit it. It was like, that looked familiar.
Yeah. Wait, did you just say Becca made a comment?
No, I said Beth. Did I say Beth? I might have said Becca.
I thought you said Becca, and I was like, your sides are coming
Look,
out.
man. Hey, man, I've only had one beer.
Next up, we had Tommaso Ciampa and Timothy Thatcher promising to make the grizzled young veterans pay. But they just want to focus on MSK and the Tag Team Championships.
I would like to see, now, don't get me wrong, MSK is one of, if not my favorite tag team in the world right now. I was a very big fan of them when they were the Rascals in Impact. But I would like to see the team of Timothy Thatcher and Tommaso Ciampa win the tag belts. I feel like that could be very entertaining.
Gravity said the $1 million belt is awesome. Yes, it is.
It's a pretty title.
And then after this, we had Walter telling the rest of Imperium, yes, the rest, because Alexander Wolf was fired, that it's time to right their wrongs, starting with Breezango. So they are going to be starting a feud with Breezango.
Wonder how that feud will go.
I feel like that could be very entertaining.
It'll be entertaining, but Breezango is kind of the tag team to put other tag teams over at this point.
I love Breezango.
Unfortunate for my boy Tyler Breeze.
Look, everyone, it's
Breezes.
Tyler.
Oh my god, he was so good. He was so good as a solo act. That was his first run on NXT. I loved him. But yeah. Next up we have Bronson.
Remember when
Reed.
he randomly faced Justin Thunder Liger on a takeover? That was fun.
Yeah, I just had Ty watch that, and he was like, Liger, I've heard of him.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
It pains me to be an exclusive WWE fanboy, but I am broadening my horizons
as you should. As you
Yes.
should.
Yeah, I was very closeted to WWE for a while, and then in like 2012, 2013, I started watching Impact a little bit, and I really enjoyed that. That was when Aces and Eights was a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I really enjoyed that.
That was around the time of Christian's Coalition as well.
Forgot about
Yeah,
that.
but we had Bronson Reed. He got challenged by Santos Escobar.
Ooh.
So it looks like Santos Escobar is going to be.
I'm a
first
big fan of
challenge.
Santos Escobar. He got the heat. He's really good in the ring too.
No, he is. I agree
Yeah,
with that.
when at Takeover Stand and Deliver, when he beat why can't I think of his name? Jordan Devlin. When he beat Jordan Devlin, I really thought they were going to put the belt back on Devlin, but I was pleasantly surprised when they kept it with Escobar.
I mean, I liked him more as King Cuerno, but that's neither here nor there.
King Quiznos.
King Cuerno, Lucha Underground.
Quiznos? Sorry, I'm hungry.
And then the main event, we had the NXT Championship match between Karrion Kross and Finn Balor, which actually was a pretty good match. Karrion Kross obviously picked up the win, this time by referee stoppage. Ground and pound to the back of his head.
Ground and pound in the back and choked him out.
And cross jacket.
cross-check it.
He got body, yada, 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 yada.
He did get body, yada, yada. But William Regal did announce that Kyle O'Reilly, Pete Dunne, and Johnny Gargano would have a number one contendership match for the NXT Championship next week. So
I'd be okay with either one of those, but I would like to see a fatal four-way. If they could just make the triple threat end in a no contest, I'd actually be okay with it because I want to see the fatal four-way.
I don't know how you would make a triple threat a no contest.
I mean, they made it a Hell in a Cell a no contest. I'm sure they could figure out a way.
That didn't make sense either.
Yeah, that didn't make sense.
I know.
Everybody was mad about it.
The fucking fatal four-way, damn it.
Who do you want added?
Cross would be the last one, so those three
Cross would be
plus
the last
Cross.
one.
Oh, you want a fatal four-way match for the NXT Championship?
Exactly.
Oh,
I
thought you were
wanted
talking about
the
number
fatal
one
four-way
championship
match. I wanted the fatal four-way match between Cross, Balor, Dunn, and O'Reilly. I wanted that. I felt like they were pushing towards that for a little while, and then they didn't, and I was sad.
So who do you think is going to win of those three, though? Because it's probably not going to happen with
It was Gargano, Dunn, and O'Reilly, right?
Yeah, done.
Oh yeah, I feel like who I personally want to win is O'Reilly, but I think Dunn's gonna win.
I don't know. I feel like Dunn's the person that they could easily put the title on, and I don't think now's the time to take the title away. So maybe Johnny Gargano just to get beat.
Yeah.
Because whoever wins,
I wouldn't mind
whoever
another
wins
Johnny
this
Gargano
match,
title run.
No,
They're not winning the title.
Whoever wins this is not winning the title off Karrion Kross.
Actually, that's
I don't
fair.
think he's losing the title. So if I'm gonna pick somebody, I'm gonna pick somebody that I don't care if they lose. And Pete Dunne, I would want to win absolutely.
I want O'Reilly to win as well. Both of them.
He's just had so many opportunities at it, especially lately. The past 4 months, he's had what, 4 opportunities at it.
Yeah.
Oh, for anybody watching this back in 2K22 for nOw, I called dibs on Kyle O'Reilly's theme song.
High rated, hi Bat. How are you guys today?
High rated. Hi, Mr. Mark Bennett.
And then that was NXT. So moving on to Wednesday night AEW Dynamite on May 28th.
Wasn't it Friday Night Dynamite?
Yes, it was. It got moved to 10 o'clock, actually. 10 p.m. on
I
Friday
feel
night.
like, personally, I enjoyed watching Dynamite that late at night. Because I finished watching Dynamite, I was like, damn, it was a good show, and then I went to bed.
Yeah, but that's not realistic to have for the majority of people out there.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah. At 10 o'clock at night, I mean, 2-hour show, you're going to midnight. Yes, it's a Friday night, so most people aren't working on Saturday. But people that do work on Fridays, you're kind of tired. You're kind of tired.
Yeah.
You don't want to stay up till midnight.
I work on Fridays.
If you worked starting in the morning all day, I mean,
we all know that I don't
getting
work.
I'm getting to the age where I just want to be asleep by 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Come on, you damn kids. I stay up till 1 o'clock all the time.
Yeah, Cody's just a big baby.
I'm a big old baby.
And I'm a lot older than you.
How old are you, Trevor? Expose yourself.
He's like in his 30s.
No, he's not.
He's in his 40s.
Oh no, he's in his 40s. Oh yeah, you old
I
fart.
am 40.
He's not, like, in the third person is interesting.
Yeah, you're 42, aren't you?
Oh, I'm 40.
Oh, I thought you were 42.
No.
You don't want to be 42 yet?
Cody, for the
mean,
longest
I'm
time,
getting
I
there.
didn't know how old
Wait,
you were.
Trevor is 40?
People think I'm older than I am because of my gray hair.
I can't believe Trevor's 40.
My dad.
I actually thought he was like 32.
But to open up AEW Dynamite, we had Darby Allin versus Cesar Bononi. Darby Allin could not carry Cesar Bononi. Caesar's terrible, to be honest with you.
He's really bad.
He's very bad.
So I was actually live streaming during Dynamite, and when Darby threw his jacket at Caesar and it just bounced off his head, I lost my shit.
Caesar Bononi is so bad, and it's weird because he had so much potential in NXT.
Caesar salad.
I mean, of course.
Who was he in
a tag
NXT?
team. Caesar Bononi.
When was this? I don't remember him.
He was in a tag team with Oh, why am I blanking on his name? He was in a tag team in NXT.
Caesar the Salad Bononi.
I'm not gonna be able to stop thinking about it, so I'm gonna look it up really quick.
Yeah, I mean, I have an Amazon Echo right here. I could just ask
Why
her.
you gotta rip off Cody Rhodes behind him? Wait, is that Dolph Ziggler brother?
Caesar Bononi.
It is.
He was in.
That sure is, isn't it? Nemeth.
He was in a tag team. How's it not gonna say who he was in a tag team with? Wikipedia does not say who he's in a tag team with.
Do you want me to ask my Echo?
Yeah, ask your Echo who he was in a tag team with.
Alexa, who did Caesar Bononi team with in NXT?
Because now it's just gonna be stuck in my head.
Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, she's not sure either.
Yeah, because he's a fucking green tea. Caesar Bononi. Adrian Jaudu.
I've never heard of him.
Yeah, they're both gone then, huh?
Yes, they are both gone.
I've never heard
yeah,
of that
they
guy.
were in a tag team match.
Fuck?
Or they were in a tag team that actually was decent. That's why I'm so surprised that he's so bad. But yes, that is Dolph
he's
Ziggler's,
really bad.
Dolph Ziggler's little brother. Caesar Bononi was with Ryan Nemeth, which is Dolph Ziggler's little brother.
Interesting, to say the least.
I have to fix the alerts, Bat.
Yeah, they haven't been showing up for Naw. Oh no, they've been showing up for Naw. They haven't been showing up for Travis's Wednesday.
I have
streams.
I have the new link. I just haven't had the time
okay.
to trade it over. Yeah. Next up, we had a weigh-in for Double or Nothing between Cody Rhodes and Anthony Ogogo.
Please put your pants back on. It's just like Cody just came out and literally Calvin Klein boxers.
Well, yeah, I mean that's how professional.
Well, I understand that's how we do that, but we'll get into that match
they
later.
kind of wear trunks, basically underwear all the time anyway.
That's true.
Not Cody. He wears.
Those were really just underwear though. Those weren't really like wrestling trunks.
Yeah.
There's kind of a difference, but like not really. I don't know.
This was kind of cringe. They tried to.
It really was. Yeah, that's where I was trying to get with that.
Trying
it
to
was
make
pretty
it
cringe.
something it wasn't. And it's weird because this didn't end with these two going after each other. This ended with Britt Baker and Sheeta going after each other.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't know what they were trying to do there.
Yeah, just stealing the spotlight away from those two. Next up, we had Hangman Adam Page versus Joey Janela. We knew that Hangman was not going to lose this because Janela is not on the Double or Nothing card, and Page was. So yeah, but Joey Janela, he's very good at what he does.
I love Joey Janela.
He's very good at selling. He's a very hard worker. I look forward to whenever he's going to be in the ring. Just like when he was in the ring with Kenny Omega a few times. I knew that
He was in the ring with Kenny Omega and he was in the ring with Mox, and those matches didn't
death matches for both of them.
Yeah, lights out matches technically.
Barbed-wire death match?
No, not exploding death wire.
I don't think they'll ever do another
we don't talk
exploding
about that.
match again.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
Yeah, we don't. That was a fucking fiasco.
I'm sure they will.
I mean,
That was a good
the match was
besides
good.
the explosion.
It was a good match. It just like you took away. The only memory I really have of that pay-per-view is the bogus finish to it.
I mean,
That's awful.
botches happen.
But
Yeah.
the Vince McMahon saying is everyone always only remembers the finish. And just like that's not fair to the rest.
It's like watching a movie. If the movie's good up until the ending, it's just like it ruins the fucking thing for you.
I'd rather watch sparklers going off than zombies eat the Miz.
You know that's fair.
true.
That's fair. I will give him that.
Yeah. The Zombies eating the Miz, I'd rather never see
Oh, no.
again. That ruined the entire
Yeah.
pay-per-view, and that was in the middle of the show.
Yeah. And I think Cesaro versus Reigns fixed that, but I digress.
But this was a very good match. It made Hangman look strong. It made Janela look strong.
Oh, God.
Because he bloodied Hangman Adam Page during this. And then after the match, we had a little face-to-face between Page and Cage. Page, Cage in a cage.
Oh.
Next up, we had Orange Cassidy answering, saying that he is going to be in the triple threat match.
He gave Omega an envelope, and the contract was just inside shredded.
Yeah, and it got dumped out.
That was pretty good.
Omega got a paper cut, and that was probably the most tragic thing that's ever happened to him in the last month.
True. You're not wrong. Yeah, and then Orange Cassidy hits his Superman punch on Omega and on Pac.
Orange Cassidy throws a better Superman punch than Roman Reigns.
I'd agree with that, honestly. He looks good when he throws that punch.
It's not controversial; it's just facts.
And then he picked up the world title. So we got to see Orange Cassidy holding a world title. So that was cool.
Yeah, maybe the only time we'll ever see that.
Yeah, they really fucked me at Double or Nothing a couple of times.
She looks like Jade Cargill looks like Storm from that.
Jade Cargill does look like Storm. She would be a great Storm. I would love to see that.
Wait, Storm who?
Storm from X-Men.
Oh, okay, yeah. I haven't really watched the X-Men movies. I can't lie.
It's Halle Berry in the movies.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Google
Yeah, she does
Storm
kind of look like Halle Berry.
from X-Men, and you'll be like, oh yeah, that's exact. Especially with her silver hair.
Let me Google it real quick.
But yes, we had Jade Cargill versus Kaylin King. Cargill picked up the win.
I for one am a big fan.
And yeah, she also uses the Glam Slam. So that's we got our fill of the Glam Slam this week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Doesn't Bianca Belair also have the Glam Slam somewhere in her moveset?
Yeah, she uses the Glam.
I feel like
as well.
I think that's a transitional move for her though.
I think I've had enough of Glam Slam.
Yeah, but it's still a Glam Slam.
It's beautiful. It's glamorous.
Okay, yeah, I can see it.
Next up, we had Dante Martin, a newbie, versus Miro to get squashed.
Oh my god, yo, Miro killed that man.
Miro did
I know
kill
it was
that
a squash, but this was still an entertaining match.
Well, this is what I like about AEW. They do squash matches very well. They actually let and I quote, local talents, they let them actually work. They still get destroyed.
I was going to say the same thing. I'm a big fan. Like when I watch Dark and Elevation on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
And when they do, when you know who's going to win a match, they still make an entertaining match.
Yeah. No, and I like the way they do it because, one, it's entertaining, but two, you can see how good the local talent, and air quotes again, to see how good this talent actually is and if they're deserving of a contract. Because people have gotten signed off of dark matches in AEW because they impressed. Even though they got squashed, you can still impress in a squash match.
Yeah.
I mean, Dante Martin's really not a local talent, though.
No, I use local talent.
Yeah.
Just because we're not traveling, but that's kind of the term that we've grown to know. But we are traveling here soon, next month.
Oh,
Always nice to see
Double or Nothing. I will say this about Double or Nothing. No spoilers or nothing. The crowd really. I missed that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I missed it so much. They were into it too.
They were.
What the fuck is Matt Riddle doing?
Next up, we had the 1-year anniversary of Hikaru Shida as the women's champion.
I will say that new title that they gave her is a better looking title than the old one.
It's bigger, and it definitely looks much better than the old title, mainly because it's bigger.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like a toy anymore. It looks like a big girl title.
Looks like a
Oh my god,
boxing
I didn't
championship,
even see that.
I'd say.
Yeah, but she got interrupted by Britt Baker, of course. Britt Baker cut a pretty good promo. Britt Baker's gotten pretty good at promos, honestly. And basically telling her that her time is up. at Double or Nothing. Yeah, pretty short and sweet.
Hmm.
Next up, we
We're-
had the Dark Order, as in Evil Uno and Stu Grayson, facing Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. Again, this is a team that is on the pay-per-view against a team that is not on the pay-per-view. We know who was getting the win, but it was a pretty good match.
It's a good match. It's a good match.
But
Uno was on the pay-per-view.
yes, but he was in a battle.
Yeah, I
He's
know.
in the
You
Battle
meant
Royal,
not as
yeah.
a team.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, technically he was, I guess. We can call it that. But yeah, this was a pretty good match. Sky and Page ended up picking up the win.
Ego, the ego's edge instead of the razor's edge. I love it.
And he hits it so smooth. And we'll talk about him a little
Oh,
bit
dude,
later,
he's-
'cause I want to
yeah.
point out something from his Double or Nothing match. But yeah, after the match, Page issued a warning to Sting and Darby Allin. And then Darby Allin and Sting with a bunch of people in Sting masks came out. They didn't know which one was the real Sting, and the real Sting ended up popping out.
I love that. You know, even though you could tell which one was Sting, it's still always a great spot.
Yeah. And then to finish out the show, we had the Inner Circle celebration with Eric Bischoff. Eric Bischoff has returned.
I love Eric Bischoff.
Yeah, not for a long time. This is another Inner Circle promo. We love the Inner Circle here on this
Excuse me for
podcast.
one.
Yeah, we love the Inner Circle on this podcast because they really know how to do a promo, and this really made you hyped for the Stadium Stampede. Anything on that, Trevor?
I mean, Inner Circle and Pinnacle are both great. MJF and
Yeah.
Jericho,
Yeah,
best on the
sorry
mic.
about that.
Some of the best on the mic.
We've been showing massive love to both those teams for the past couple weeks, doing it real big. But that ended AEW Dynamite. Moving on to SmackDown. So we had the Street Profits versus the Usos. Somewhat of a dream match for a lot of people. And it was a very good
For
match.
what it was worth. Yeah, for what it was worth, it was a really good match.
Yeah, it was a good match.
Good match. I want to see it again on a pay-per-view though, with
give
no
them
commercials.
some more time as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Usos back in I don't want to say dominant fashion because they really weren't, but
They
I've
looked
missed
a little bit off.
I've missed the Usos.
Same.
Yeah, I mean they looked a little bit off, but I'm pretty sure that's intentional, as there is rifts in the bloodline.
It's not paranoia.
It's the Usos.
Because yeah, Jimmy had the Uso gear on, and Jay came out with the right-hand man shirt. So
Yep.
he's still all about Roman.
Yep.
And
I don't know if this is necessarily a spoiler for Raw, so stop me if it is. But
stop
on
you.
my screen, they just advertised Shayna Baszler versus Reginald.
They announced that last week. 'Cause
Okay,
he was,
yeah,
after,
I figured they did.
the thing blew up for the second time in a week in a row.
Yeah, I don't know if Reginald wins. I'm done. And I know I
He
said
won't.
that about a lot of things,
It's
and
just going to be a
I'll back
squash
for the
match.
next
That's
show.
what his last match with a woman was.
Yeah.
I forget who he
He's
went
actually
against
like
even.
he's really athletic
It was Nia.
for what it's worth.
I'm pretty sure it was Nia.
It was either Nia or Sasha or Bianca.
It might have been Sasha.
I think
Might
it was
have been
Sasha.
I think it was
Yeah.
Sasha.
Next up, we
That
have
man can
Riot
move.
Squad versus Natty and Tamina. Tamina and Natty ended up picking up the win. And I know some people are upset by that because everybody wants to see the Riot Squad, an actual tag team, win those titles. But not today.
Yeah.
Not ever.
Yeah,
really.
my whole problem with Tamina's finisher, right? I love Tamina. Don't get me wrong; she's great. She was long overdue that she would get a title, and I was very happy when she did win the titles. But her finisher, the splash, bro, you're looking right up at her for literally a minute. Move out of the fucking way.
It's the same thing her dad did, though. It's the same thing Jimmy used to do.
I mean, there are a lot of moves like that.
And it wasn't like that. it doesn't make it any better.
I mean, look at
like-
Ricochet. Like all of Ricochet's moves, he like stands up very slow every time. So does Mustafa Ali. They both do it.
So Mustafa.
My whole thing was
People are
she.
literally getting lifted up as slow as hell by the chin.
That's
with
true
his
as well.
foot. So they got
That's
plenty
just
of
to
time
get that.
realize, like, hey, I'm getting lifted
Hey.
up. He's about to kick my
Somebody's
shit off.
lifting me up with their foot.
Everybody and their mother has that fucking move.
That's like Del Rio's
sort of
one
Black
thing
Mass.
when he would hold. They put him on the ropes and they have to hold themselves up so he can stomp on their face.
Yeah.
I'm like, just let go of the ropes.
619, you're sitting hanging in the ropes for that long.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a valid
then
point.
every time somebody's in a tree of woe and they're hanging on to the top rope to get stomped on the chest, just let go. Just let go. You're not going to get your chest stomped. No, but this is
You might
professional
get your
wrestling.
head stomped.
It's pro wrestling. It's not real.
Whoa, watch your mouth. Watch your
Hey,
mouth.
that's-
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That one is always
Yeah.
the one that I always hated. I'm like,
The tree of woe? Is that the one you're talking about?
yeah, the one where Del Rio would stomp on their
Yeah.
chest while they're upside down.
Yeah,
And like,
Andrade
Yeah.
did that too, didn't he?
Yeah, Andrade used to do that. A couple people have done it. I'm pretty sure Sasha does it.
Yeah,
Sasha does it
too.
in almost
Seems to
every
be
match.
Seems to be of Hispanic descent type move.
Next up, we had Bianca Belair versus Carmella. Honestly, not as good of a match as I thought it was going to be. But Belair picks up the win.
As she should.
Carmella she's gotten better over the last couple of months.
Well, she got a lot better when she won the title and was forced to get better. I thought she elevated massively when she won the title.
I miss the her submission that she used to do.
Code of
Shit,
Silence,
what was
she
that
still
called?
does it.
Code of Silence, yeah.
She still does it.
Oh, she does?
that submission.
Yeah, she locks it in almost every match.
That's a
She
nice
didn't lock it in this week, but she locked it in last week.
What the fuck have
Might
I been?
have to cop
I don't
that.
know.
I don't really watch anything with the pay-per-views anymore in AEW. But, you know.
And then
I just wanted her to put that move on me. Sorry.
Jesus
Moving on.
himself.
we had CrossFit Jesus in a beautiful suit. Once again, I'm looking at it right now, and it's tropical and purple and beautiful and
I
blue
love
and
Seth
green.
Rollins.
And he is
Oh,
beautiful.
Hale Rollins, the drip guy.
And this
Rollins is
was
a beautiful man.
this was for his birthday, really. He sang happy birthday to himself and paraded
As
around
he
the ring.
should.
Yeah.
I love Seth Rollins. I've always loved
I
Seth
love
Rollins. This
Now,
was a good segment, though.
Cesaro didn't.
I like this Rollins.
He'd call a. God.
I like this Rollins better than the whole Messiah thing that didn't end up going
I do
anywhere,
too.
really.
I agree.
too.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Messiah thing would have been great if they didn't just stay on the Mysterios the whole time.
Yeah.
This is
Oh
his-
yeah, they could have done more.
I think this is the best Seth Rollins since Authority Rollins, and everybody hates that. I think Authority Rollins is the superior Rollins, but
It is the best.
I enjoyed
I-
Authority Rollins. What
I
do you
love
mean?
Authority Rollins. Travis hates Authority Rollins.
Travis
I
is
like
wrong
Authority
sometimes, and
Rollins.
you just
He was
have to
a good
accept that.
chicken
Travis
shit
only
heel.
says he didn't like Authority Rollins because that's the one that I think was the greatest cash in of all time against his Edge's cash in. But I digress.
Which the first Edge cash in or the second Edge
The
cash in?
first.
Yeah, well the first
Because
the
it was
first
the
sets
first.
the bar
First one.
because it was
Well,
the
yeah,
first.
it was the first one. But
I mean,
it
we can
also,
sit here and talk about it for days.
it also
But the
wasn't
fact of the matter-
interrupting the main event of WrestleMania.
The main event of WrestleMania making it a triple threat. The main event the main event of WrestleMania, which nobody wanted to see either one of those people win.
They were getting booed out of the arena, and Seth Rollins got the biggest pop.
Yep.
The
I'm not
biggest
gonna
pop.
lie. That was
Even
the
as a
first
heel.
tape.
Even as a heel, yep.
Yeah, it was one of those.
Yeah, we know
Cody
Travis.
just said,
and
I
we,
do
we also
hate
know that you're
Authority
bored.
Rollins.
Okay, shut.
Yeah, you're old.
Yeah.
Sorry, sorry, Trevor.
Right?
Trevor, you're not old. He is. I know the age difference.
Or
but-
isn't Travis like 3 years older than
No, Travis is younger.
what?
Travis is
Oh.
like
Travis is 38.
3 or 4. Or yeah, okay, 2. I was right at
37.
first. I was
Travis,
2
how
or
old are
3.
you? State it for the
He's
record.
either 37 or 38.
Fuck.
He's 10 years older than me, which would make him 37.
I keep forgetting, like, compared to the rest of the community, I'm like a literal child, even though I'm legally an adult.
Yeah, he's
Oh.
10 years older than me. So that would make him 37 at this point in time.
37, yeah. I thought you were 28.
Nope. I turned
Why
27.
do I keep thinking?
I turned
I feel like we
27 in
talked
9
about
days.
this the other day, too.
June 9th. Literally your pay-per-view.
It's GM show. My pay-per-view's coming later in the month.
That's when I turned 27. Which may be on guest commentary. Who knows? Keep your eye out.
He's 36,
Oh,
so
God.
I was
36.
thinking, that's why I thought 3 to 4 years.
Yeah, and I'm 26 right
What
now,
the
about
fuck?
to turn 27. Next up, we had Kevin Owens versus Apollo Crews. Owens picking up the win by DQ. Aziz once
They're
again.
really selling the the Nigerian nail, Samoan spike, whatever you want to call it. They're
Nigerian
really
nails, what they're
selling
calling
that
it
as
now.
like, damn, you're gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
Now, did we go immediately to the training room after the commercial, or did we do something else? Because I would like to touch on the training room.
As in the Roman Reigns?
No, as in Kevin Owens spazzing out on the trainer table because he got his fucking throat crushed.
No, after this, we went straight to Roman Reigns backstage.
Okay.
Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. Yeah, Roman asked Jey why he would want the match when Reigns wants what's best for him, as in the tag team championship match.
Reigns did make a good line
Main
in
event
this.
Jey Uso.
But he had also said something along the lines of, "I don't want you being confused for your brother again. People know who you are." He said something along those lines, and I was like, "Damn, that's actually fucking good. Maybe Roman isn't the bad guy."
Maybe he's not the bad guy. He's definitely the bad guy.
Duh.
Stop
Damn
it,
it.
Billy.
I'm
Next
sorry.
up, we had
Dude,
Shinsuke
hey,
versus.
my name is William. Do not call me Billy. Beat the shit out of you.
Well,
The best bad guys have, like, their motives are...
Oh, I'm
good.
thoroughly enjoying
Yeah.
Reigns' title run. I've
the
been
best
enjoying it
bad
ever since it
guys
happened.
are bad guys that you can relate with and be like, oh, maybe he's not 100% wrong. Just like Thanos.
No,
Thanos-
Roman's a piece of shit.
Thanos wasn't 100% wrong. I agree with Thanos on a lot of it. Anyway,
What he would've
Killmonger
fucking
is the
taken
better villain there to say, oh, maybe he wasn't so
yeah,
wrong.
him as
you
well.
know?
Anyways,
both of them. Next up, we have Shinsuke versus Chad Gable. We're sticking with Rick Boogs playing.
Oh my God, I
Shinsuke
love
up to the
Boogs.
ring.
Yeah, my question is though, is that just gonna be a reoccurring thing?
Well, we're 2 weeks in a row, so maybe.
you know what? I'm okay with it. I get really happy.
Hey, at least he
with
still has a job.
Yeah. I actually followed him on Instagram. He's very responsive on Instagram.
Yeah, but Nakamura ended up defeating Gable fairly quickly. And then afterward, King Corbin came out to berate Nakamura on the entrance ramp and claimed the crown. He claimed the crown as his again, saying it was never anyone's but his. Boogs came out of nowhere and rocked Baron Corbin. Nakamura retrieved the crown and stood tall. Boogs he's gonna have a match here soon.
I'm a big fan of Boogs, mainly because I like guys that look like they're from the 80s shredding on the guitar.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, I'm
That's
just
an
I like guitars.
specific preference.
It is an oddly specific preference.
It's kind of weird that
I
they're
just-
having Nakamura fight for the crown kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
why don't you just have the King of the Ring
again?
and let Nakamura
Yeah,
win?
for real. This King Corbin thing it's getting pretty annoying. I know that they can't really use his old music because that was CFO.
Well, CFO doesn't own the rights to any of their music. WWE owns the rights to that music.
I see.
You think
Yeah, King
WWE
Corbin,
wouldn't have the rights to everything?
Just like
I enjoyed it.
like Josiah Williams, he did not own the rights to anything, and he is fired as well. For those of you that didn't know,
I was really sad when they fired him. I really I followed his YouTube channel. He's
So
really
long,
good.
Josiah.
Wrestle and Flow.
Yeah,
and
Wrestle
is
and
his
Flow.
YouTube. So if you have not heard of Josiah Williams, look him up. I highly suggest his Undisputed Era remix. Before he was.
And
very
then
good.
look up the one where was it Takeover 25
Are you talking
where
about
he
walked?
when he
Kevin
brought
Cole
Cole to
out?
the ring, when he wrapped Cole to the ring.
I don't think it was 25. I think it was a little bit before that.
Well,
I'd have
Let
to
me
look
look
it
that up
up.
so I
It
can.
might be
Yeah, I'm gonna look it
25.
up real quick.
I highly do not
I'm pretty sure it was
suggest
25. It was either
this
20.
not
It wasn't
to
30 because 30 was Cole versus McAfee.
Next up, we had SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. The Mysterios versus Rude and Ziggler. Rey Mysterio got jumped before the match, so basically the same thing
Unlike
as last
you,
week.
I don't waste
but
all these
the
people's
opposite.
time bitching
DKA,
and moaning and bitching and bitching
redeeming
and
for a tag team
bitching
title shot.
and
Well,
bitching
yeah,
and
you know
bitching
something?
You know
and
something?
bitching
You know
and
something?
It was
bitching
Takeover 25.
And
I was right.
bitching
Wild.
and bitching and
have a new
bitching.
Oh, I know who that is, but I'm not allowed to speak on it.
Are you bitching?
I know who it
Wild
is.
with a Y. It's called Wild. Wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rey Mysterio got jumped before the match, so basically the same exact thing as last week, but just the opposite. Instead of Dominic getting attacked, it was Rey Mysterio getting attacked. So Dominic went out thinking that it was going to be a handicap match. Yeah,
I'm not saying anything, Devin. I'm not saying anything. I know who it is, but I'm not saying anything.
Rey appeared.
Fame Asser? I'm sorry.
Where do you see that?
That's how you spell
Oh.
famouser.
Is it?
Yes,
What?
that says Fame Asser.
That says
from
Fame
Ziggler.
Asser, not Famouser.
I'm pretty sure when Billy Gunn was.
That's what it was called when
That's
Billy
how
Gunn
he
did
spelled
it.
it.
Yeah, but when
Yeah.
Dolph Ziggler does it, it's famous.
It's the FAMOUSER. When Billy Gunn did it, it's FAME-ASS-ER. I don't fucking know.
That's how you spell it?
What's your name, yo, B? For the coach?
Okay. But yeah, Rey Mysterio came out, and they picked up the win. After the match, the Usos hit the ring to talk trash to the Mysterios, and then Roman Reigns watched backstage, unhappy that they're going to be working together again.
He a hater.
Fameasser, correct.
Master. Yeah. There it is. DK. But
Fameass.
that's how. I mean, I spell it.
That is
spell
how
it the way
Billy
Dolph
Gunn
Ziggler
spells it.
spells it.
The match was not good, but the end with the Usos, that was.
Yes.
And the Reigns.
Because the best thing WWE main roster has is the bloodline. Would you prefer the rocker dropper? No, I like the famouser. I like the name famouser.
The Rocker. It's literally the same move.
I like the name famouser.
The famouser is
Just fame asser. There's a little bit of a difference.
I mean,
Famouser
if
is
we're
making you
being
famous.
technical,
That's like changing the unprettier.
yeah, you just. That's like changing the unprettier to the kill switch, right? That's what you're going with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, why would you do that?
Because if we're being technical, just majority of the NOW roster has the famouser FAMOUSER. Because
Yeah.
Travis's line on commentary is making him famous with that one.
Fame asser.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, I could have the fame asser because I'm just a bag of dicks, but we ain't talking about that.
Well, that's not ass.
You know.
That's the opposite side of the body, my friend.
It's the same region, though.
Okay. But that ended Friday Night SmackDown.
We're gonna stop before we get in trouble.
We are going to jump to the main event of the evening.
Oh
Okay.
God.
That's an opinion.
Yeah, that, but
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
my inbox is open for proof.
We had Double
Fuck, I was
or
gonna say
Nothing on Sunday night. Travis, the real star of NAW.
That's Cap. I'm gonna beat him up on June 9th.
Travis, the real star of Nah. The real star of Nah.
There is no stars on NAW anymore since Cody retired.
The stars of Nah are
That's Cap.
Justice Royale.
It's not Cap.
DK's literal star. That's fair.
No.
Yeah, who's Trav?
Yeah, who's Trav?
Trevor, what the fuck did you
The
send?
literal star?
What did you just
Is
send
he
me?
dead now?
Did he implode?
Trevor, I fucking hate you.
Be careful what you wish for?
I wish upon a star, DK.
Same.
Yeah.
I was
so
just about to say that.
I second that.
Yeah,
Trevor, I
but let's
fucking hate you.
let's move
For the
on.
record.
Let's move on to Double or Nothing.
What are we doing here?
Great pay-per-view. I will say that up front, top to bottom. Not one bad match. Even on the pre-show.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the pre-show,
Even
but
that wasn't a bad match.
Wasn't there a truth match?
Well, it was a bad finish. We'll get
That's
into
fair.
it.
We'll get into that a little bit later. But yes, on the pre-show we had Serena Deeb defending her NWA World Women's Championship against Riho. She ends up beating Riho by submission.
No, I didn't actually
You didn't watch the pre-show?
The
That was
buy.
a good
Yeah, I didn't
match,
watch the buy-in.
I must say.
It was a very good
I didn't
match.
watch the buy-in solely because I was focusing on my updates because I've only got 2 more days in this hotel, and I don't know when I'm going to get internet next.
Gotcha.
So I
gotcha.
decided to do it. I made a banger of an entrance too. I'm really proud of that one.
We are getting sidetracked, sir.
Right, as someone
So
who
that's
doesn't
been the
know
whole
much
fucking stream. What do you mean?
I did not know much about either of the people in that match, but going into it, I was definitely, my expectations for a pre-show match were definitely exceeded. The NWA Women's Champion, she's a really good submission specialist.
Serena Deeb.
I've seen her bust out a few familiar submissions I'd seen before as finishers, like the Black Widow.
Yep.
But I forget what they called it.
Oh, that is the technical term for that hold is the octopus stretch.
It was pretty
Octopus
sick.
stretch.
Yeah, the octopus stretch, the flying octopus
15
stretch.
years in the
even,
ring
I
and her
think.
moves still look like crap. Who are you talking about?
Talking about Riho.
I think Deebs.
Serena Deebs is great.
Even
Oh,
Yeah, he said
Riho.
Serena Deeb is
Riho.
great. I'm not a fan of
I mean,
Riho.
She did great.
Yeah, Riho. I don't think she looks like crap per se.
Yeah.
I did talk with Devin about this last night after the pay per view. I was
And-
bullshitting with him because it was 2:00 in the morning. I was
Yeah.
bored and I had nobody to talk to.
To be fair,
that sounded really bad.
Riho has been wrestling since she was like 8 years old.
I thought she did great.
So for her age, she's still her 619 was god awful. Well, yeah,
was.
because she's really.
The form on it was bad.
Yeah.
She used most of her knees.
But if you actually watched her title run, she had a few really good matches.
She was okay.
Even with
Good
Nyla
year.
Rose.
I don't know if
She
y'all
had
watch
really good matches with Nyla
Elevation.
Rose. She had 2 of them. They were really good.
I don't know if y'all watch Dark or Dark Elevation.
Yes.
But on the first ever show of Dark Elevation, the main event was Maki Ito versus Riho. That was actually a really
Great
good
match.
match.
Great match.
It was a great match.
Ito.
Maki Ito, I love
I
Maki
swear,
Ito.
that's like the name of a Pokemon.
She doesn't hit hard at all. That's preference, I guess.
I mean, maybe it doesn't look like she hits very hard because of her size. Like, she's very petite.
Yeah, she's like 80 pounds soaking wet.
Yeah.
So it's like...
Am I allowed to say that?
A lot of her
No, you
moves can struggle with looking realistic or believable, but I thought
It's just
she
she's
did
tiny,
overall.
tiny.
And she sells with the best of them.
Yeah.
I
I mean, 'cause-
remember watching her live in DC at the debut episode, and she was facing Nyla Rose. She sold a leg drop while she was hanging in the ropes like no other.
Yeah, I feel like
Beautiful saleswoman.
Yeah, but I feel like because
No.
of her also
Is that what we're
again,
calling it
because of
nowadays?
her petite size.
her facial.
facial-
No,
she's
I
able to
disagree
make-
completely.
I don't think we're allowed to say that on stream, Evan.
Because they look like they would hurt on someone of her size.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so...
That's a random ass match.
yeah.
But moving on, getting out of the pre-show, the first match.
Cody,
Yes.
your dog is crashing the stream. He's in the back room trying to get something.
I know
Yo.
he's jumping because he's being dumb.
It's very distracting. He's very
This
cute.
dog is like a coffee bean.
Do you want him on the stream? You can have him on
He's
the
a
stream.
good doggy.
You want to look at the camera, Max? Max. John Moxley, look at the camera. Just kidding. That's not his name. Moxley is his name.
I knew you named him after fucking Mark.
Well, to be fair, Jonathan Moxon
Mark.
is what he was named after. Which is what John Moxley was named after.
No,
Sounds a cute
we've had
dog.
this discussion. You know it's a joke. We've had this discussion like at least 7 times, Cody.
Yes. Yes, but that is Moxley. Welcome to Moxley. He just wants love, to be honest. He's sick of getting.
Puppy Pog.
I mean,
Sick-
it's a bad
sick of
thing
getting
to be
ignored.
a safe worker. I'm confused.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, Lucha House Party, I see you.
But yeah, we had the first match of the main card. We had Adam Page versus Brian Cage. Actually, a really good match.
It was.
That was 100% the match that should have opened the show. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I agree with that
always
call.
appreciate-
No, it was a hot
The
match
crowd-
to open up the show.
The crowd was like the first live match that most of them have seen. I actually had a couple friends in the Florida area
have
that
friends?
were there and were sending me shit throughout the night, and I was really fucking jealous. But yeah. That was
You can be
100% the
not
match to
still
open the
connect
show.
your moves. I mean, it's fair. I mean, you don't have to like her. It's an unpopular opinion. I will say
Damn.
that. I will say it's an unpopular opinion to not like Riho.
Just eat your food.
But it's completely fair for you to have that opinion of her.
Yeah, I mean,
But yeah, Adam Page versus Brian Cage, very good match. Brian Cage came out in his Terminator gear. Haven't seen that since TNA, since Impact.
yeah.
That was the first time I
we
seen
don't
it,
talk
so
about
I was
that
like,
That's
that
the
was
first
pretty
time you've
good.
ever seen it?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
I've
watch
never
Impact,
actually-
and I had never
I thought
seen
it was a leave it
him.
foil.
He usually only breaks it out for pay-per-views. He's broke it out in... That one wasn't nearly as detailed as some of the other ones I've seen. That one did kind of look like tinfoil. If you just
I
glanced
love
at it.
Brian Cage.
But yeah, he looked like a monster coming out.
Very good match.
We knew this match was going to be good because Hangman Adam Page is a workhorse. Brian Cage can do things that no other big man can.
Yeah, Brian Cage.
He's just a
Oof.
freak athlete, complete freak
Yeah.
athlete.
Indeed.
I want to see him one of these days. I would like to see him bust out Weapon X.
But let's just talk about for a second the end sequence of this match. So Brian Cage ends up going ahead and hitting his version of the F5, and then going to do a buckshot lariat. He tweaks his knee, which Adam Page then picks him up, hits him with the F5 variant, and then the buckshot
What is
lariat.
the technical
for the
name
win.
for that move?
I don't remember what he's calling it. So that's kind of why
I know Excalibur
just saying.
said something about it. I just
Yeah.
don't remember what the hell
But
it's called.
it's an F5.
Yeah.
It's an
It
F5.
was
That's
great.
what it is. I know there's like a technical name for it. I
Page is
just don't know what
mediocre
the fuck
to
it
you.
is.
You are just loving
Oh,
the
God.
controversy today.
Anyway.
Devin, come on, man.
No, he's
what
a
are
young,
you doing?
He's a young stud. He's gonna be, even if he leaves WWE or leaves AEW for WWE, he's gonna be one of the biggest stars in the world in 5 years, guaranteed. Guaranteed in 5 years, he is going to be the top guy in wrestling.
Now there was something. There
Let
was
me
something
just
that
say,
happened.
I really
on-
appreciate matches wherein people steal people's moves. I think that's really disrespectful.
Yeah, and both of them did it.
Yeah, and
both of them did it here. But I
like
loved how
that.
Brian Cage tried to do the buckshot lariat.
tried.
He hit the
He
springboard
tried.
front flip, and he
See, 'cause
tweaked
that-
his knee.
I was wondering what had happened at that point, and it took me a little bit to put 2 and 2 together. That man
He
jacked
doesn't
his
do
knee.
anything different that any other guy does. And
Have
his
you seen Drew
cowboy gimmick
McIntyre,
is
Bobby
so
Lashley?
Okay.
Yeah, have you
Braun
seen
Strowman?
any
Have
of
you
the
seen any-
top guys in WWE?
Have you seen
Yeah,
any of the
I'm
top
just
guys in WWE?
I mean, realistically,
the top
not
big guys in
many-
WWE do the things that he do.
not many
Devin, but
people
come on.
in
Oh,
wrestling
you're talking about
do
Hangman?
things that other people can't do.
Yeah.
Unless you're looking at
Cody,
Ricochet.
he's talking about Hangman.
Yes, I know. But unless you're looking
What
at
the
like
fuck?
Ricochet, and I mean, let's be real.
I thought we were.
if
I
you
even thought we were
actually-
talking about Brian Cage. I thought he was saying Brian Cage was over. Devin, I'm
No,
gonna beat the shit
he's
out of
talking
you.
about
I love you,
Hangman.
but stop.
Which Hangman, that's a blasphemous claim.
Yeah. It's
Blasphemous.
Like,
It really
Hangman
is.
Adam Page is going to be the one to
I
beat
mean, you can
Kenny
have
Omega
that
for the
opinion,
AEW
but-
Championship.
Oh,
You heard it
absolutely.
here first.
He's going to be the next AEW World Champion, and they've been building that since day one
day
with
one-ish.
really
I
him
still
losing
think-
to Jericho.
Yeah, I was going to say. I feel like
They've been building him as the top guy for forever. You can say boring all you want, but he's going to be a bona fide star. He already
Sitting
has
in an entrance for 4 minutes is boring, Devin.
He already has 5-star matches under his belt. He's going to be a complete stud. He is great with the Dark Order. Great with the Dark Order.
Oh my god, I love him in the Dark Order.
Yeah, he has complete personality. Watch BT.
I ain't even gonna lie.
You'll think
You're probably right.
I legitimately don't think he can kick my ass.
Are we talking about me
it.
or are we talking about Hangman?
Hangman would absolutely beat that ass.
I think I could take you, DKA.
I wouldn't. No, I mean,
I could
that's
probably take him.
he's a big beefy boy.
Good.
Big beefy boy.
The triple B's we love. Dark Order thing is the only thing that makes him interesting. And that's fair. If you watch BTE, he has great.
Yeah, I was about to say, just go on and watch BTE.
You really need to. I do think you need to watch like the past, like just catch up, like the last 5.
Like, yeah, catch up. Like watch like the last 2 months of BTE,
and you will look at Hangman in a completely different.
I can do that, DKA.
You can take me out to dinner. That's a couple thousand miles away though.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he's on the West Coast. We're on the East Coast.
Yeah, but next up, we had the Young Bucks.
One second. On the ending there, I did like the tease that they are working towards like Brian Cage splitting from Teams Taz. That's
and I am all for that.
You've never seen BT? Please do.
Oh my god! Please go out of your way. When we're done here, we'll just go watch BTE.
Watch BTE.
I'm not gonna lie. I've got like 2 weeks worth to catch up on.
I watch it every single Monday. It is fantastic.
I've got notifications turned on and just. I know they typically drop Monday at noon.
It is
our
not
time.
a wrestling show. It's more of skit-based comedy.
It's comedy, but it's fucking hilarious
with wrestlers. It's great.
Okay.
They really get to be themselves.
Yeah, they actually get. And a lot of people have gotten themselves over on BTE. Dark Order wasn't over until they got on BTE and really got to show.
Oh, Dark Order is hilarious on BTE.
Look at John Silver alone. John Silver alone, he was borderline about to get fired, and Tony Khan has talked about that. He was on a week-to-week contract, him and Alex Reynolds. Once they got on BTE, because Tony Khan watches it, he called John Silver to his office and was acting kind of pissed off at him and was like, why don't you show that amount of entertainment and comedic timing on national TV? Why do you only do it on YouTube?
Lie. It was like I think it was like 2 months ago. He had the
floodgates for him.
Boltman.
Johnny Hungy.
Johnny Hungy.
He's
on Cameo.
Person I like.
I was tempted to get you, John. I'm just gonna go out and say it because I don't have the money for it anymore.
I love John Silver.
I was gonna get you for your birthday. I was gonna get you a John Silver cameo.
I would have loved that. I fucking love John Silver.
I know, and
John
that's
the man.
He's only $60 on there, which is actually not a bad price at all for that app.
It's honestly not that bad when you're looking at.
And then I was looking around, seeing. I was gonna get Bruce Buffer to announce me to the ring. I know we talked about that, and then I saw Lillian Garcia was on there. I was like, "Ooh, that sounds like a good idea." And then I realized, "Oh yeah, I'm broke. I spent all my money."
But moving on from Adam Page and Brian Cage, next up we had the AEW World Tag Team Championships on the line. Young Bucks versus Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley. Again, AEW knows how to do tag team wrestling. They do it beautifully every single time. Gave them 21 minutes, which isn't the longest tag team match they've had on a pay-per-view, but this was very good. It told a very good story.
It was a very good match. I feel like you can't miss with a pay-per-view match in the Young Bucks.
No, and
I don't think it's physically possible.
What I did like about this match is Jon Moxley taking the pin. One thing I did not want to say...
I was not expecting that.
That was a surprise.
Yeah, the one thing I did not want to see is Eddie Kingston picking up the fall. Another unpopular opinion coming up. You're gonna talk trash on the Young Bucks, and you're gonna have to get muted.
Just ban him already. Holy fuck!
Have to get a timeout if you talk about. Okay, Eddie Kingston. He is fairly garbage in the ring, but his mic work.
But his
top
mic
tier.
work. I like him solely because of his mic work.
His mic work is what brings him up.
I was not
discredit his
expecting.
mic work.
I was expecting to see a murder in the Stadium Stampede match. I wasn't expecting to see a murder
who
in
has
the
not even seen his mic work, and someone who has only just seen him in that match, and when he rushed out to save Moxley from the explosion, I was not impressed by anything I saw in that match from him.
No, he's not a great wrestler. I would never say he's a great wrestler.
Yeah. So,
but
he doesn't tell stories.
I would like
I think
to.
he tells great stories. I
would
think
like
he's
to
very
switch
good with
gears
the
on the,
mic. Okay, switch your gears.
Yeah. So I wasn't
I
expecting.
think he was selling.
We did touch on this a little bit earlier. I wasn't expecting John Moxley to eat the pin, but let's talk about the way he ate the pin. Hit him with the BTE trigger, shrugged their shoulders, hit him with 3 more, and fucking killed the man.
Yeah. And I called it. I called it like twice in that match. Honestly, I thought they were going to do it multiple times. But that last one, they just held on to his wrist and just kept hitting him. Anyone can say you suck, you're a bitch, but he doesn't just say that. That's no.
I mean, technically, that's just my character, but we don't talk about that.
That is just your character. But yeah, they just held on to John Moxley's arms and just kept brutalizing him.
I can make a promo when I want to.
Remember when they did the shield pose?
They
Like
did do
were
the
about to
shield
do
pose
that.
over John
was
Moxley's
great.
body at one point in time.
And they act like they were going to do the triple power bomb.
And they did act like the triple powerbomb before Eddie Kingston broke it up. A
I
lot
was
of
liking
shots
during
at the
that.
Shield. A lot of shots at the Shield in that match. Well, 2.
It was great.
Yeah, I enjoyed everything about this match. I love tag team wrestling. I really do.
Yeah, tag team wrestling, technical wrestling, it's all great.
Yeah, so
tag team wrestling
Wrestling in
done
general.
right is great.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah. That's facts. That's facts.
WWE is not so.
I don't know about that, DK. I don't know about
What did he
that.
say? My screen turned off. What did he say?
Eddie Kingston's a shooter. He's a shooter, man. I don't know. He's an old school shooter. Yeah. He might take your shoes.
He might take your shoes.
I'll take
Well,
your
good
shoes
thing
too.
for you. My shoes I got
He
for
has some-
$5
he has
at
some-
Goodwill.
Yeah. He has some DRs. It's because Mox is retiring when his AEW contracts expires. Heard it here.
I mean, he doesn't have a kid on the way.
He could.
I feel like AJ Styles
He's-
is also
he's-
close to retire.
Well, AJ Styles has already announced this is his last contract.
Fuck me.
Yeah, so he only has a couple years left. But yeah, I mean, John Moxley, and I was talking to Ty about this earlier today. I mean, it's going a little bit off, but the one thing that I fear about WWE is all of their top guys are late 30s. What are they going to be in 5 years? They're not going to keep guys in their 40s at the top, and they're not making any of these young guys, anything. So what are they really going to do in 5 years once their top guys are all getting old and retiring, and they didn't build anybody young?
I don't know. Travis posted something on the page on the Naw page the other day. It was just like, oh yes, there's talks
Just
about
stealing the
WWE
show
being
and his
bought.
girlfriend.
I don't see it.
But excuse me if I put on the old tinfoil hat.
Okay,
really.
Dolph Ziggler.
But I'm predicting an event that I'm calling the WWE Rush, where they'll realize they're running out of time on all their top talent because they're halfway into the retirement home.
Yep.
And then they'll just try to push random young guys for no reason.
Absolutely.
It'll make no sense.
Yep, like
They won't
Mansoor.
they won't give him any push whatsoever. Like, they won't give him a storyline to go
they're
along
just
with
gonna
the push.
win a
They're
world
just
title.
gonna win a world title
Yep.
out of nowhere.
I love it.
It won't make sense.
Kind of like Jinder Mahal.
Just like how they do with Goldberg.
Nah,
He
don't
just
disrespect
comes-
gender. I
No, I
enjoyed
love
that
Jinder,
surprise. I enjoyed that
Yeah,
surprise.
I did too.
Nobody
I
saw
did
it
too.
coming.
I'm a big fan of Jinder.
And another surprise we didn't see coming is the next match. The Casino Battle Royale for a future AEW World Championship match.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Pleasantly
This
surprised.
match had Christian Cage, Matt Sydal, Powerhouse Hobbs, Dustin Rhodes, Max Caster, Isaiah Kennedy, Matt Hardy, Preston Vance, aka number 10, Nick Camarado, Serpentico, Brian Pillman Jr., Griff Garrison, Colt Cabana, Anthony Bowens,
Boom,
Penta,
boom.
El Zero, El Mero, Jungle
Fucking
Boy,
love
Mark
Penta.
Quinn, Aaron Solo, Evil Uno, Lee Johnson, and we will talk about the mystery entrant a little bit later. So yes, this
They
match
really dropped the
opened
fucking
up.
ball with that.
This match, no, I don't think so. Debatable. Yeah,
Well,
this match
that's why we're
opened
here.
up
We're here to
with
debate
Christian
shit.
Cage, Matt Sydal, Powerhouse Hobbs, Dustin Rhodes, and Max Caster in the ring. Max Caster came out last and
Excuse
rapped
me.
on everybody.
And
He honestly
got eliminated
usually
first
does
doubles.
pretty good. I was hoping for Brian Danielson or Samoa Joe. I think most people were. The rumors I heard, which I told Will, was Daniel Bryant. I heard rumors
Yeah.
about Okada,
Okada, Osprey,
Osprey,
and then there's somebody else, and I don't
Andrade.
have. Yeah,
Velveteen
Andrade, that's right. You did tell me
Andrade
that.
was the other one because Andrade's already having a match with Kenny Omega, so why not put the AEW World Championship on the line?
I was
as well?
I was watching on my phone, and I was like 2 minutes behind the live
Surprise
show.
we did see coming was another former WWE talent going to AEW during one of the pay-per-views. Mark Henry.
Did
Yes.
we see that coming though?
I don't think
Did
anybody
we
saw
see-
Mark
did we
Henry.
fucking Henry.
No.
Isn't he going to
I
just
feel
be a
like
coach, though? He's
Kenta,
not
somebody-
wrestling.
Kenta has
somebody brought
already
up-
been on AEW. I don't see him leaving New Japan either. He actually gets treated very well in New Japan. But he did have a little stint with Jon Moxley in AEW. I'm okay with not having Kenta. Andrade, I would have loved it. That's the one I really wanted to see. But yeah, we didn't get that. We will talk about who we did get. But yes, Max Caster did ended up getting eliminated.
First.
No, Matt
First?
Sydal got eliminated first.
Oh.
Yes, Max Caster got eliminated second.
I must say, his rap was irritating. But he did have a few funny lines, like the edge line. where
Yes,
it's
he
just
said that Christian-
lost his edge.
Yeah, Christian isn't good since he lost his edge. That was a pretty good line.
That was a
It's
good
like,
line.
whoa, calling out WWE.
And he was calling out Matt Sydal on the rap for slipping in his debut when he debuted and slipped off the top rope.
And then he told Dustin that he was so ugly he should paint his whole face.
He did. Yep.
I was like, wow.
And he just pretty much called Powerhouse Hobbs beefcake.
And
but-
which he is.
Yeah. But this had fairly strange rules. Every 3 minutes, another 5 entrants would come out. So next up, we had
Certainly
Isaiah Cassidy and Matt Hardy come out together, who didn't actually make it to the ring right away. Then we had 10 come out, Nick Camarado, and then Serpentico got dragged out by, what's his face? Why am I blanking?
Lucifer, whatever the hell the name was.
Yeah, Luther.
Lucifer.
Luther. Yeah, Luther. That's what it is.
Who threw him in the ring for him to just get abused.
Luther looks like a main character from the Wrong Turn movie.
We
He's
didn't see
very
Mark
ugly and
Henry
scary.
specifically, no, but I expected yet another former WWE talent to show up in some way.
You know, I did want to touch on that, and I forgot what I was going to say. I remember what I was going to say now. There's somebody on Twitter made a mention. They feel like, and it's not too far-fetched, they feel like we're all getting worked. Because if you remember, all these people that were WWE guys now are 88, like the legends, so to speak. Their last really, like people like Christian, Mark Henry, Big Show, and Matt Hardy, their last really anything in WWE was with Orton.
Yep. Yeah, I saw
So
that.
this
I saw that
guy,
as well.
this guy feels like we're all getting worked, and you know it. We could be.
Because everybody that got
I doubt
disrespected
it.
in the Randy Orton Legends thing with Edge, it was Christian, it was Big Show, it was Mark Henry, and it was the last one, Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels isn't making that though. He's not jumping. He's the head producer of
That is
NXT.
right.
We're not gonna get Shawn Michaels over there.
Next thing
If
we're
Shawn
gonna-
Michaels does go
forgot
over
that
there,
Shawn-
then it is
I
absolutely a work. But
Forgot that
I
Shawn
don't think
Michaels
it's
was
work.
part of that.
The natural man,
But yes,
Richard Flair.
and then after that we had Brian Pillman Jr.
Did this man just
and
say
Griff
Richard
Garrison.
Flair?
Colt Cabana, Ric Flair was involved in that as well.
Cabana.
Anthony
That is true.
Bowens and Penta come out. After that, we had Jungle Boy, Mark Quinn, Aaron Solo, Evil Uno, and Lee Johnson come out. We had a nice little thing with Jungle Boy and Penta. that looked like they were going to team
Zero.
together, but they really
Zero.
didn't team together at all. They kind of fought each other. And then we did have our final entrant, which was a surprise. It was the Joker. He got to come out alone. It was Lio Rush, the man of the hour. Moth is in AEW. Yes, I know you just said that you felt like they didn't showcase him enough in that match. But, I mean, when you come out last and there's only 4 guys in the ring when you come out,
that's fair.
he hit almost
what's up
all
with-
of his
what's
top
up with-
moves.
I mean, to be fair, he did botch his bottom rope stunner though.
They just wanted
He
to
did, but he
show
went
us
back and he
something.
hit it again.
Holy fucking shit! Wow, Sheamus is bleeding profusely. Goddamn.
But yes.
I like Penta's outfit as the Joker.
Yeah.
And I made a joke
Penta
about that
always has
because-
great outfits.
Because Penta, 10 is always dressed up as the Joker. His mask is always Jokerish. So there was kind of 2 Jokers in that match, 10 and
3
Penta.
Jokers because Lio Rush.
And
was
then
the
Leo Rush if you count him because he was
out.
legitimately the Joker. Yeah.
Fucking hate it here.
But at the end, we had 2 men left. We had Christian Cage and Jungle Boy. AEW was
I know,
very,
I'm not spoiling
very,
anything.
very
It's
smart
fucking late.
here. Every time Christian Cage got the upper hand, he was getting booed. Every time Jungle Boy got the upper hand, he was getting cheered. The one thing I think WWE would have done is gotten Christian Cage booed out of the arena winning that match. I'm very happy that they were smart enough to know Jungle Boy is the most over face you have. No matter what, if you have Christian Cage up against any face up against Jungle Boy in that situation, whoever else it is going to get booed. It didn't matter.
Jungle Boy was the captain.
But they were smart enough to go ahead and give Jungle Boy the win. So it will be Jungle Boy versus Kenny Omega here shortly.
Spoiler alert.
I was very surprised that Jungle Boy won, but very glad too because he's awesome.
Yeah.
No,
I
I
thought
don't
they were
think
going to give it to
he's-
Christian.
No, I honestly
we-
I thought Christian was going to win.
Because they've been building that up between him and Omega.
Yeah. So I thought it was pretty obvious. Which that's great that AEW did something that isn't obvious. They went ahead and gave the win to somebody we didn't think would get the win.
We love you, Jungle Boy.
And yeah, everybody loves Jungle Boy. So
It
it was a great swerve.
I don't know if I'm allowed to do more than 3 seconds of that without getting a copy claim, so I'm going to shut up.
I mean, to be honest, I hear people singing on Twitch all the time.
And don't we literally play copyrighted music during NAW 24/7?
That is fair.
And they get
That is fair.
copyrighted every
And-
stream.
And during my during my, I mean, I would have gotten copyrighted like at least 27 times
Both.
because I'm always playing music during my streams.
Well, on Twitch, you can play the music on your live stream, but if you have the video on demand, you're
It
going to
gets-
get hit with the copyright
I
strike.
did notice that it gets meted out.
If you record
What the
it.
hell?
Oh,
But
you
if he
had, like, a
jobs
VOD?
out,
The fuck?
if he jobs out to Omega in 2 weeks on a regular show, it's for buffing.
Nothing.
Buffing too.
Buffing too.
I don't think they're gonna have him job out. I don't see.
He's not
I don't
gonna
see
job
him
out, but
winning.
He's gonna lose.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
not-
like
gonna-
his match
yeah.
against Chris Jericho. He looked very, very strong, but he came up short. I think this is the same exact thing that's gonna happen here because nobody's beating Kenny Omega right now. Nobody's beating Kenny Omega. There's not
Really?
one person on the roster I can see
Yeah,
beating Kenny Omega. He is the best thing in pro wrestling right now, in my opinion.
except for Hangman.
Yeah, Hangman's gonna be the guy, just not right now.
I don't know.
It's
I
gonna
don't
be
think-
gonna be months from now, in my opinion. Maybe in the winter, maybe early next
I
year.
mean,
I
when we get to
I just don't see
the when we
it.
get to the
I don't know. I don't
the
think
triple
he
threat
will
for the
be
AEW
kick
title.
my ass.
He's in the UK. Okay. I don't think any of them could kick my ass, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I don't think he could.
I'm waiting for that. Go ahead and type it in.
Pull up on me
You
then.
better vote me.
Yeah, but Jungle Boy picked up the win. Very happy about that. They did do a swerve. Honestly, if Christian Cage won, he was going to get booed out of
I
that.
never doubted you for a second, Jungle Boy.
So they were very smart with that move. Next up, we had Cody Rhodes versus Anthony Ogogo. Cody Rhodes picking up the win with a vertebreaker, a banned move in WWE.
Vertebreaker.
Omega could probably kick my ass. At least you know that one.
I look
Omega
like
is
Kenny Omega's
one of the
lesbian
reasons
cousin.
to- What?
The way you don't.
Oh, there's the fireworks. I'm gonna
Omega
turn y'all
is
up because
one
I'm
of
not.
the
I'm not.
reasons to even
It's
watch
that time of night, and
Pac should have won.
yeah.
No.
Disagree.
No, nobody should beat Kenny right now. Nobody should beat Kenny, especially with him draped in gold like he is right now. His last title that he's gonna lose is that AEW World Title. He might lose them all at the same time, to be honest with you.
That would be funny.
I think if anything, he might lose an all or nothing match. And I really thought he was gonna. I honestly thought his next loss was gonna be against Ibushi when he was the NJPW champion or IWGP, but he lost it. So that
DK said he's barely there. He's there every week.
Kenny's there every week.
He's on
Yeah.
multiple shows.
If I go,
he's on
if I
Impact
go
every week,
missing
too.
from the,
and
if I go missing from the stream for a little bit, it's because people are setting off fireworks outside, and I'm having a panic attack.
You're good. Kenny Omega is on AEW every week, and he's on Impact every single week. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
he's there.
Yeah.
I promise. Yes, but Cody Rhodes picked up the win with a vertebraker, which is he
Vertebraker. That is my.
he's
Not
wrestling.
necessarily.
He's wrestling in Impact more than he is AEW. But yes, he is still having wrestling matches in AEW.
Now, do you think that Moose is going to beat Kenny Omega?
No,
He just
I don't
said
think.
no one's
I don't
beating
think.
Kenny Omega.
Yeah. I don't think anybody's beating Kenny Omega. I think Kenny Omega is gonna lose when he faces somebody the likes of Okada, Ibushi,
Do you think-
or Ospreay. I think those are the.
Do you think Andrade's going to beat him then?
No,
Damn.
no.
I
I don't.
You
I think
wanna-
that'll be a very, very good match.
money on that?
I don't think Andrade's going to beat him. You just can't have Kenny lose right now. But his Impact matches are squash matches? No. He just had a 3-on-3 match that was very good.
We're making
with the Good
wild
Brothers.
assumptions.
I don't really watch Impact like that.
But yeah, no, I don't think Andrade's going to beat. I don't think anybody's going to beat Kenny for a while. I think Kenny's easily going to be Wrestler of the Year this year. With Roman Reigns in a close second, to be honest.
But anyway, Cody Rhodes should not have beaten Anthony.
BRT?
Yeah, I don't think Cody Rhodes should have beaten Anthony Ogogo here, but I did like the fact that they broke out a band move in WWE and hit the vertebraker.
I talked to you about this last night, Cody. Vertebraker is one of my favorite moves
Yeah.
in existence. Little spoiler alert.
Vertebraker.
I did, after our conversation, I did take down my upload for MXG, and I put the
added it.
Vertebraker on him, and I re-uploaded him.
It's a good move.
It's a great move.
And this
Sorry, Travis, I know I
honestly-
stole your finisher, but
I
you
honestly
barely use
thought
it. It's
that
mine
this
now.
I honestly thought this match was going to be a squash match. But I thought it was going to be a squash match in the opposite way that they went with it. I thought Anthony Ogogo was going to squash Cody Rhodes in like
Yeah.
2 to 3 minutes. But no, we had...
I would have liked to see... I did message you during that match. I was like, yeah, I would like to see that.
Yeah, this was actually a good match. It's a much better match than I thought they were going to do.
Cody came out dressed like a red coat from Assassin's Creed.
He did. They made this very much so America versus Britain.
There was really no... What was the point for that?
Ogogo wasn't going to win. I don't know. The way they've been pushing him... Cody's actually gotten very well with... This was his third match. But Cody has gotten really good with putting talent over, surprisingly enough. He's not burying people as much as people say
He used to?
I wouldn't even say he used to. I mean, yes, he was TNT champion and he did beat some...
There was no reason for him to
beat
beat...
Lance Archer?
There's no reason for him to beat Lance Archer, and then there was no reason for him to beat Brody Lee.
Yeah, he puts them over, but he still wins. Yeah. I mean, he should have lost this match.
he lost to Brody Lee, but then I think he only beat him because they knew he was sick.
Plenty of ways you can
Yes.
put people over and still win the match, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Everybody in the locker room didn't know he was sick, but Tony
the
Khan
EVPs
and probably Cody and them knew he was sick, and that's why. But they gave him the title.
But you're just not using it.
Do you really want me to use my cup holder that bad?
Yes, because you have one.
I do have a cup holder.
Wait, what is your cup holder? Let me see this shit.
I can't. It's attached to my desk.
It's attached to his desk.
My desk has a cup holder.
Oh, are you doing one of those things where you have a cup holder but you're making marks on your desk?
Yeah.
You
I mean,
fucking
I'm not,
degenerate.
I'm not making any marks. It's carbon fiber. It's not gonna make marks on carbon.
Oh, okay, it's carved. Okay, well, there's no need for a coaster then.
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
But he's Jeff Jarrett 2.0.
Cap.
I'd agree with that.
I don't
But
remember. much of this
you had the only thing that
He's
made you
had
think
more
that
than
he
2
wasn't gonna lose.
matches, but the WoW was about USA versus Great Britain. Yeah, I mean that was what the match was, and this was DK is right. This was his third match in AEW.
It was.
But he is a professional boxer.
Number 3.
So he is a combat sport athlete. So technically, you can say that it's not his third match,
This
but
isn't
realistically,
his
it was his
first
third
rodeo.
wrestling match in AEW. He has wrestled outside of AEW a little bit.
The only thing that made you think Cody was gonna win is that it was Memorial Weekend, and he was
There was a
going
lot
after
of-
the American Dream.
Yeah, and there was a lot of flags.
Yeah, I do agree. The gut punch
How
just.
is a gut punch dumb? I'm confused.
I
mean,
you get punched
yeah,
in the
they've
gut,
been.
it's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt,
Especially
but like
a good liver shot
they're
by a professional boxer, that's
Yeah.
gonna drop you.
It's
It's gonna
supposed
drop
to
you.
make sense, first of all. Would you want, like, his moveset to be filled with a bunch of slams and shit? That wouldn't quite make sense.
I mean, we could just have the not default moveset where it's just famous or Rainmaker DDT.
That wouldn't make sense
Neck
if
break.
his finisher or his signatures didn't involve some form of punching.
Yeah.
That's his
He's a boxer.
I mean, Big
He's a
Show
boxer.
ran.
He's gotta-
Big Show
he's gotta
ran with
have
a knockout punch for like.
Yeah, and I mean, would you rather him have a ugly ass finisher like Big Show, where it doesn't ever look like it connects and it's extremely slow?
You telling me this 300-pound dude could take anyone out with one punch, but Mark Henry and Paul White do it, and you're still standing?
Well, Paul White does it and knocks people out. That's the name of his move.
It's
he hits you
literally the
with
weapon
it-
of mass destruction.
Yeah, if he hits you with it, you're knocked out. KO punch. That's what it's called.
And
I mean, it's
he
better-
went out and he lost the match.
No, not in
I'm
the
confused.
not in the gut, but I mean, if you watch UFC or you watch boxing, liver shots take people down all the time.
Yeah.
Shots in the stomach take people down all the time. You get severely hurt from those shots. Look at Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar got destroyed by it and had to get 15 inches of his small intestine removed.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
What?
Okay.
Oh, I'm watching Raw.
Oh,
As well as
but-
participating in the podcast.
Yes, but this is wrestling. Yeah, but they're trying to make it. They're trying to bridge the gap.
Yeah.
You got to bridge the gap a little bit.
Sorry.
Let's not
You
slap
want
nuts.
people to get
But yeah, after this we had the TNT Championship match between Miro and Lance Archer. I did not think that Lance Archer should have had this match so quick because nobody really saw Miro losing the title right now. Which he
No,
did not.
absolutely not.
And he made Lance Archer pass out. Lance Archer did not tap. He did pass out. To the game over.
Lance
That's
was
what they're
doing
calling
some
that
crazy
move now.
shit in that match.
Taker, Kane,
Yeah.
Big Show all punch you in the gut over and over, but he's not a little guy. He's
not
a heavyweight
guy.
boxer.
And he's a professional boxer.
He was a heavyweight boxer, dude. Brock had surgery months prior, then fought Overeem. Yes, he got surgery, though, because of a fight previous to that messed him up. And then Overeem killed him.
I mean, it's better than me using a transitional move as a finisher for 2
He
years.
shouldn't have fought that.
We ain't
that
talking about
fast
that. Is that a
after.
G9?
I wouldn't fancy getting in the boxing ring with him. If I
Was it
you.
G9?
No.
Okay.
No, he's a heavyweight boxer.
Yeah,
who
he's a
was-
heavyweight boxer.
Who won the bronze medal in the Olympics.
Yeah, I feel like.
Not gonna fuck with
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
gonna fuck with
I
him.
mean, I wouldn't fuck with him.
No. That's
No.
like saying you would take a punch from Francis Ngannou in the stomach and be completely fine.
I wouldn't.
Yeah,
There's not that much money in the world. I would let.
No.
DKA could
I
kick
wouldn't.
his ass.
Mm.
No, Francis Ngannou would fucking murder all of
He's
us.
for those who don't know, Francis Ngannou is the UFC heavyweight champion.
Yeah, and he has one of the hardest punches.
Oh
in
my
the
god,
world.
that man scares me. Like I saw him murder Miotic.
Silver medal in Commonwealth Games. Yes. But in the Olympics, he got the bronze medal. professional
Big
boxer.
Show punches harder and never won by punching
Stop
someone
it.
in the stomach.
Stop it.
Big Show
Devin, I love you,
harder
but
than a professional
stop it.
Punches are a lot about form. Just because you're a big dude doesn't mean that you hit that hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, if you are a professional boxer and you have form and actually know how to punch and you are trained on it and you build more momentum in your punches are going to be a lot harder.
Yeah.
Like Conor
Yeah.
McGregor punches harder than, let's say, harder than Trevor, and Trevor's 6'8".
Is Trevor really 6'8"?
Like you know, DKA. Like you know.
He's a professional boxer. He's
Assumptions.
a professional.
Wait, Trevor, are you actually 6'8"?
No,
You're
I'm
making
6'5".
wild assumptions,
I
Devin.
Okay.
was exaggerating.
Yeah, I figured you were.
But yeah,
I feel like I would have heard
Conor
about
McGregor's
that.
What, 5'6"?
Anyway, we got like 4 more matches on this card to go through.
Yeah, we're gonna be here all fucking night.
So
I like the communication level though. But yeah, we did talk about Miro defeating Lance Archer. He did win by technical submission, making Lance Archer pass out.
Oh my god, they really revamped the fucking the accolade.
They started. Yeah, they call it the game over now.
Oh, good game over.
But Lance Archer started this match out by attacking Miro during his entrance, diving over the rope. Kind of tripped him up a little bit because his foot caught, but he's still connected. But this was a decent match.
yeah, I love
Trevor could kick my ass. I might like it too. Oh.
Oh, anyway.
Trevor would destroy Conor?
Damn.
Trevor, do you
Okay,
think,
wow,
do you
just
think
steal
you would
my
beat
line.
Conor McGregor in a fight?
No, I wouldn't.
Depends on
be
how
Conor
much he's
McGregor
had
in
to
the
drink.
fight.
The more he drinks,
How much
the
proper 12
less
he
I'm
had?
getting in.
You know what?
When COVID is over, we're gonna have a NOW fight night, and it's just gonna be the what was that dumb shit that WWE did in the
The
'90s?
Brawl for All.
Brawl for all.
The Brawl for All. We're gonna have a NOW Brawl for All. We're gonna broadcast it live on Twitch.
I'm down.
I just wanna kick.
And for the people that didn't see earlier,
Yes, sir.
Justice Royale merch.
Did we like?
What's up?
Hold on. I got to talk to Travis about that because I've been
NOW
needing my own
Brawl
merch for a
All.
while.
Justice
It's not in the
Royale.
merch store, and it's not. It wasn't
Oh,
from there.
Oh, you custom ordered it. Okay. Send me a
I
picture of
didn't.
that.
I didn't.
Gotcha.
Ty got it for my birthday.
Oh, okay.
He surprised me with it yesterday. It's a
Gotcha.
If I get matched up with Will, I'll forfeit if he takes his shirt off. Agreed.
Look, man, my shirt's off all the time. Okay, the only time it's on is when I'm not in a room.
Sounds like liability nightmare for NAW. No, we'll have
No,
him
bro.
sign waivers.
Well, I mean, technically we
We'll sign
can't
waivers.
we can't broadcast it on Twitch, so we can broadcast it on Facebook like the good old days.
Yeah, it could go on Facebook. But yeah, we can have them sign waivers. That's all good.
I have like
Did
three
you guys have
friends
anything
named
else
Kyle.
to say about Miro versus Lance Archer?
I like this match. It was absolutely
I did,
to have it
Cody.
over.
I made a comment that I know you were, well, I can't necessarily say you were dying laughing, but I got a laugh react out of it. That was the only thing that I got a laugh react out of all night. Miro throwing the snake.
Oh my
AEW
god!
gonna get the ASP.
I was literally. You can ask Ty. I was chanting, "Throw the snake! Throw the snake!" And he picked up that bag and he yeeted that bag.
Bro, he
up the
fucking
entrance ramp.
yeet. Bro, AEW gonna finna catch a
They are gonna get.
ASPCA.
They are gonna get some people calling, being like, "Did you really have
people-
Jake Roberts' snake in that bag?"
I guarantee you
Oh
there
my
wasn't
God.
a snake in that bag. I guarantee you.
No, the snake was not in that bag.
It was definitely not in the bag.
No, they're not that stupid to have
Fucking
the
yeet the
snake
snake.
yeeted. But I was loving it. Yeah,
For
Miro
1 month
yeeted
only.
that
I gotta
snake.
get some funds.
Yeah.
Travis,
but
you're
yeah,
also making a post about the pay-per-view winner, right? 'Cause,
moving on. We had
yeah.
the women's championship match: Hikaru Shida versus Britt Baker. Me and Ty talked about this a little bit during the match. It seemed like they were talking as if this was a swan song.
Yeah.
They kind of made this, I don't want to say obvious, and I think everybody kind of assumed this was Britt Baker's time now that fans are back. They've been grooming Britt Baker to be the women's world champion since day one. It's what they hired her for.
It's more than likely going to be me.
Yeah.
I don't see anybody else in chat.
But like,
Host the show.
Sorry. Look, man, I want my double June show.
But yeah, during the match, the way that the commentators were talking, they kind of made it seem like this was a swan song. They kind of made it seem throughout the match.
I did catch that.
Hey, Sheeta's been a great women's champion. Blah blah blah. It just seemed like they were already counting her as losing, which she did end up losing.
I will
via
say,
the lockjaw.
The match was one of my favorite matches of the night. It was really a toss up for me between the two world title matches.
No, they gave them plenty of time. They gave them 18 minutes.
There was multiple times in the match. I don't know what Sheeta calls for that shining wizard she does, but that's put away a bunch of people.
Yeah, it's her finisher.
Yeah.
Also, when
Her finisher
also
put
when
a lot of
Britt
people
got,
away.
Britt got smashed with the,
I mean, like
I'm sorry.
they
I
got a
couldn't help
2.9 out of that.
Yeah,
They got a
there was
2.9
lot
out of
near
that.
Falls, towards the end of
They
this
got
match.
a 2.9 out of the curb stop onto the title. I thought there was not a doubt in my mind that was the end of the match.
No, because that's how they ended last week with Britt Baker taking out Sheeta by a curb stomp on the title. So that would have been just
Poetic justice.
just poetic justice for her to win the title that way. But they did not go that route. They had a 2.99 near fall.
Yeah, I was fully expecting that to be
And
it.
then after that, Britt Baker locked in the lockjaw with her beautiful glove that she now wears for the lockjaw.
I popped for it.
Finishers
Not
are
gonna
us.
lie.
Don't disrespect AEW.
But
when Reba hit her with or whatever her name is, hit her with the
yeah,
crutch.
Rebel.
I thought that was going to be
Rebel.
the end too.
Yeah, Rebel hit Britt Baker on accident with the crutch.
yeah,
I also thought that was gonna be it.
Yeah, I popped for that. I thought that was going to be the end of the match, and when she kicked out at 2.9, I popped a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It was
great.
a good match. The beginning of it, to me at least, the beginning of it felt a wee bit sloppy. I don't know if that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say sloppy, but they started out slow. I felt like it was a warm up process,
There was. That's what I was saying.
but they got
Slow.
into it.
Slow.
They got into it.
wonderful match.
And
yes.
yeah, I agree. Wonderful match. This did everything it was
Rebel
supposed
Power,
to do.
there
It
it
told
is.
a great story.
What a great story.
and
The
then
right
at the
person
end of the
won this match.
And then at the end of the match, her walking up the entrance ramp and hugging Tony Schiavone, because Tony Schiavone has helped her out a ton in the past year. Really just taking abuse from Britt Baker week after week, and yeah, this was her time. So yes, we do have a new women's world champion in AEW, Doctor.
And I feel like that was the right call.
And
MD. Yes, sir.
Her name is Rebel, really, but doesn't Britt call her Reba? Like, because she kept getting the name wrong?
yeah,
I think so.
At one point, she was calling her Reba.
Adam Cole.
I don't know if she still calls her that.
I don't know.
Her name
But,
is
yeah.
Rebel.
Yeah, it has.
And I popped
her name card.
significantly hard because, as most of you know,
Yeah.
Britt Baker is from Pittsburgh, and I'm very, that's
Why did I
basically
know
my
you-
personality
why did I
at this
know
point.
Why did I know you were going to bring up Pittsburgh with Britt Baker? I knew it was going to happen. Like in the back of my head,
It had to
I
happen
knew it was
eventually.
gonna
It's just
happen.
look, if there's a Pittsburgh wrestler in the match, I got to talk about it.
I guess.
I got to bring up the fact that they're from the 412.
How far away do you live from Pittsburgh?
Only an hour.
Okay, that's not terrible. I was hoping you'd say like 3 hours, and I was just gonna.
No, like
I was just
if
gonna
it was
tell
3
you
hours,
should-
I'd book
you
myself
should
from
be
Philly. If I was like 3 hours away, I'd book myself from Philly and not Pittsburgh. I live
Next
like an
up,
hour away.
we had a 62-year-old man in a wrestling match. We had Darby Allin and Sting taking on Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky. Darby Allin and Sting end up picking up the win. Sting getting the pinfall. But Ethan Page yeeted Darby Allin into the crowd.
Oh my god, bro!
He threw
That man
like
got
15
launched.
feet, from inside the ring, threw him onto his brothers in the first row. God damn, he flew.
They really killed Darby Allin. That's just Darby
I think
Allin is the
they're-
Kenny
yeah.
of South Park for AEW.
Yeah, he just gets killed every week.
He just gets killed, and he keeps coming back for more. It's great. I love it.
Who we introduced.
Darby's who they introduced
Yeah.
to their chest.
I understood that reference.
Knocked out everybody in Darby Allin's family that was sitting front row.
Very much disrespectful.
But honestly, I do want to give kudos to Sting. The man is 62 years old. He looked good.
It wasn't. I was
he looked
expecting
all of
this
55 in that match.
Yeah, I was expecting this to be a bad match.
I thought you were about to like.
Fuck off, Cody.
He looked all of 55 in that match. No, he moved around pretty well. He kind of got. He really wasn't in the match as much as you would think. Darby took the brunt of it. Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky did a lot of carrying in that match as well.
I mean, for what it's worth,
those are two great wrestlers, Scorpio Sky and
Yeah.
Ethan Page. All ego.
oh yeah,
All ego.
Yeah,
Ethan Page.
they're very good wrestlers, so they are very. I wouldn't doubt that they could carry a match with basically anybody. But
Yeah.
yes,
for
Sting
what
really
it's worth,
wasn't-
Sting didn't look bad.
no, he didn't look bad. He wasn't in this match for more than. He wasn't legal
Like-
in this match for more than 3 minutes.
Yeah, I was about to say he wasn't more legal for at least 5 minutes. Like
but
it wasn't long.
He did catch Scorpio Sky when Scorpio Sky was doing his springboard cutter. He called him into the Scorpion Death.
I mean, I popped from
Death
Scorpion
Drop.
Death Drop. It's a nostalgic move.
Yeah, and Sting picked up the clean 1, 2, 3.
I didn't get to watch this match.
Yeah,
Could that 62-year-old
Wait,
beat
what
me in a
happened?
fight? I doubt it.
no, I would whoop his ass. I'd beat him with his own move.
Unless
Ow,
he-
motherfucker!
Unless he had a bat. He brought his bat. It might be.
Alright, just fucking.
I still got to go back and
jam
watch
my
this
finger.
one.
Too hard, his body would turn
I
into
would-
powdered milk.
I was watching today and I was running out of time, so I skipped this match just to make sure I got the last 2 matches in.
Gotcha. And honestly, this is if you're a Sting fan, this is a good match to watch.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it,
I-
but I just
Darby was
wanted the
crying.
last 2 to
Yeah,
make sure I
Darby
was
was
ready for
crying
this.
after the match, not because he was hurt, but I think he just felt all the emotion of being a Sting fan as a kid and actually having a legitimate match with him. This is Sting's first time in a legitimate
In the
live
ring
wrestling
since
match.
WrestleMania 31, yeah.
Yeah.
No!
So yeah, it was a cool moment
It
for
wa-
Darby Allin. Like I said, Darby Allin was
something.
crying. in
Seth
the ring.
Rollins, something. I don't fucking know.
But yeah, kudos to Sting being 62 years old in that ring, and
Yeah, he looked good. For what it's worth, he looked pretty good.
And then next up, we had the triple threat for the AEW World Championship: Kenny Omega versus Orange Cassidy versus Pac.
Holy fuck, what a match!
This was
Love
a
this
great
match.
Great
It was a good match. It was a good
Every
match.
time I see Orange Cassidy in a match now, he gets better. Because like I said at first, I didn't like him. I'm like, this guy's stupid. Just stands around
you
with his
didn't
hands.
I'll be right
understand
back.
him.
Yeah.
And I've seen your growth on him as well. Just us talking over the months of doing this podcast and everything like that. Because we started back up in November of last year, so I've really seen you.
It's been that long.
Yes, November of last year, right when Travis. 4 weeks before Travis moved, which was in November. So we started in October. But yeah, Night of Champions was his last match with Rollins.
That's what it
Yes.
was. I thought it was.
No, it
WrestleMania.
was Night of Champions. That's where he got hurt.
I remember now. I don't know what we discussed on the triple threat match yet. I was in the bathroom.
Nothing. I was still
Okay.
introducing it. But yeah, I've seen
Gotcha.
your growth on Orange Cassidy from where in October you really didn't understand him to really starting to, I don't want to say fall in love with him, but enjoy not necessarily his comedic wrestling, but his actual wrestling and him actually having skill in the ring.
The shit he does with his his hand just in his pocket,
it's
just
unbelievable.
flying over the top rope. I'm like, I couldn't do that with my hands out of my pocket.
Yeah, even the kip up with his hands in his pockets is impressive.
I can't even kip up as it is.
The Miz can't even keep up.
I can't either.
Don't come for them.
The Miz can't keep
What
up.
did the Miz
Can't
do?
keep up. Nothing, but his dad makes fun of him because he can't keep up. So I figured
Fair.
I'd jump on that bandwagon. Yo, I love his character.
But
though.
I
Hey, welcome to the
said this
stream,
last night.
Yeah, Rated.
I said this last night.
Me saying, "Where am I at?" And he was like, "I don't believe you're actually with Cody."
Ty, lean in.
I'm
Ty
here.
is here live.
I'm here. I am alive.
Yeah, he's here live. Yeah, he's seen all the behind the scenes and everything.
Yeah, I'm sort of alive.
nOw podcast debuted back in 2018. Before that, 30-second tan. No, I'm talking about when us three we brought it back. That was
Yeah,
November.
just recently.
Or October. That was October.
That was October, yeah.
It was
The
October.
relaunch.
It was a month before you moved, which I
Before the
believe
NOW was a bunch of sellouts. What?
Watch your mouth.
Hey.
Me and
But yes, back to this world title match. Give it the respect it deserves. This match went on for, let me double check, 27 minutes even.
It felt like a fucking hour.
I don't think it felt that long.
it didn't.
I think it was just.
I mean, I
whole
wanted
match.
Pac to win. I wanted really anybody. I was happy with anybody winning, and they got me with some of the near falls.
One, I don't think Orange Cassidy. I was saying it last night, and it's kind of disrespectful. I don't think he's world title material.
You were telling me that last night.
I don't think he is. Pac, I do. And Pac is the last one to beat Kenny Omega one-on-one. So that had storytelling to it if Pac would have won. But Orange Cassidy, I can't see him as a world champion. Like it would be comedic more than anything. I just wouldn't be able to take him. I would love to see him as a TNT champion.
Yeah, I feel like him as the TNT champion, that'd be fun. But I've said it before, I'll say it a million times over. Orange Cassidy throws a better Superman punch than Roman Reigns.
Yeah. You've already said that on this podcast.
I think I was talking to you either about it last night or just now. I probably said it on the podcast, yeah.
You did. You said it when we were talking about Dynamite.
That's right.
Because he laid out Pac and Kenny Omega to...
That's
end the
right.
show.
That's right.
Orange punch.
But yeah, this was a match. In the beginning of the match, Ty specifically told me, I don't see what everybody likes about Kenny Omega, and I said, just watch, just pay attention to this match, because I know Kenny Omega literally looks like he's doing the mocap for a wrestling game. He does every move to perfection every single time. He does not skip a beat on any move. It's why he was Wrestler of the Year.
Speaking of mocap for wrestling games,
Yeah,
I did
like, that's
see.
the
I don't know
first
if
thing
y'all
I
have
said.
seen on the
Like, once I
the
watched
2K
about,
page.
like, 10 minutes of the match, I'm just like, this man looks like he's literally the mocap artist for the wrestling game.
They do have some new
It's like
animations in the
everything is
2K
so
game, and I
smooth.
saw that
I
from
would
the
hope so.
them getting the mocap from it. So
I
that's
would
fun.
hope so. They haven't
There's
came
some-
out with the game in 2 years, so.
Yeah, I want there to be. I want there to be the.
He's basic.
Street
right now?
Profits-
Oh, are you talking about Orange Cassidy? Thank you. I thought you were talking about Kenny for a second, and I almost lost it on you.
When Orange Cassidy laid them both out with the orange punch, well, he laid out Omega first, and then Don Callis was like, "Oh shit!" and got up and ran to the ring. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he saved the match. He pulled the
He did,
referee out of the ring. Kenny Omega did not kick out. So realistically, if you think about it, Orange Cassidy would have won.
Style is perfected.
If watch NJPW to learn where his style was perfected. It's such a
I don't know where to watch
there for
NJPW.
wrestling. Yes, and now you have what 3-4 DVDs that all have really good Kenny Omega matches. And like
I don't think
said,
there's ever been like a
watch
bad Kenny
Dominion.
Omega match though.
Watch Dominion 2018. That is arguably the greatest
You got it. There you
wrestling
go.
match of all time. Kenny Omega versus Okada in a 2 out of 3 falls match.
I've never actually seen that.
Three.
match.
Went on for-
Omega Okada 2 or 3.
That was 2. It was their 2 out of 3 falls match. at
Went on for
Dominion.
how long?
But their match.
Send,
at
if
Genesis
you
was good.
know where to find that, please
And you
point
do
me in
have
the direction
Genesis.
of that because I need something to do tomorrow before my
How
show.
long did the match go on
I'll send it to you. I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube.
Appreciate
now.
you.
for? Okay.
Okay.
I just acquired 5 and 6 coming for Father's Day. Bet. Yeah.
Five of what?
What is that even? I'm confused. I don't know what's going on.
New Japan DVDs
New
or
Japan DVDs.
Blu-rays.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But yes, watch those matches. You will see why Kenny Omega is considered still to this day the best in the world. And just this match even proved that even further. Like how I started this conversation, Ty legitimately said before the match he doesn't see what I see in Kenny Omega.
Yeah, because
once he watched the match, at the end of the match, he looked at me and said, "Okay, I see what you mean. Kenny Omega's great."
Just don't listen to Jim Cornette.
Yeah, just don't listen to Jim Cornette because he shits all over.
I don't like Jim Cornette.
He's just
Nobody likes Jim Cornette.
I liked
Am I allowed to say
him when
that?
he was in the WWE as a manager because he was a great heel manager, but now he's just old and hates anything that's not old school.
Man who doesn't like anything.
But yeah, this was a great match. Orange Cassidy almost picked up the win, like we just were talking about, until Don Callis pulls the ref out of the ring. There was points in this match where Pac got 2.9 falls or 2.9 counts. Kenny Omega multiple times got 2.9 counts. We did not see a one-winged angel this match.
We did not. It ended with a roll-up.
It did end with a roll-up, which that's where Ty was like, okay, I don't like that ending.
Damn it, Travis.
But I love roll-ups. And I liked it even more here because Orange Cassidy was literally pinning him. It got to 2. Kenny Omega
Yeah, I thought when he hit
got the
that,
3.
I thought that was the end of the match, and I thought Orange Cassidy had won that. And I'd seen the kick out, and I was distraught because he kicked out. Didn't even see the end of the match. I looked up, and oh yeah, Kenny Omega retained.
Yeah, I enjoyed this finish mainly.
I did too.
I
feel like
anything heel.
Fair.
I don't want to see Kenny winning clean. Especially in a match like this in a triple threat. I don't want to see him winning clean. I want to see him
that spot he did where
that
spot
taking
they did
all 4
God, sorry.
titles. All 4
Yeah, there it
titles,
is.
one by one. Kenny Omega says
It was great.
Kenny Omega says, Don Callis, give me the TNA Heavyweight Championship. And then he smashes Pac over the head. Hey, give me the AAA Mega Championship. Smashes Pac over the head. Again with the Impact, and then finally with the AEW World
Well,
Championship.
technically, Impact has 2 titles.
TNA and Impact.
That's the one.
TNP, they're the same thing. They're the same thing.
They're not. They were held by 2 different people. They were held by Moose.
Well, yeah,
Moose
they're
had one, Rich Swann had the other.
They're unified. Okay,
Well-
they're the same title.
well, that's
it's like
like-
the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
Kinda. But that's like calling the Universal title and the WWE Championship the same title.
It looks the same.
That's not.
But the
Not-
part
okay.
of it that I didn't like wasn't the roll-up. I don't mind roll-ups. I don't love them, but I don't mind them. It was the title thing. It was so corny to me. I don't know why. Like, the way he was doing it, he's just like, oh, pass me another one of those titles.
He was being a
belts I
scumbag.
have.
But that's who he is. right now.
Pass me the one of this title, Scooter.
He's a scumbag. That's his gimmick. He's a entitled wrestling god, knowing that he's better than everybody else, and proving it. He's able to prove it in the ring. So that's his gimmick right now. So
It's basically Ludens, but it actually works.
He's better than everybody, so he has
Stop
to
it.
cheat to win.
that was actual gods. He's not acting like.
Oh, okay.
He's not.
Okay. We went nowhere with that.
Yeah, I'm glad you know that.
I think you. We'll talk about it later.
Shit.
We'll talk about it later.
I
You
have
had
bad
a different.
habits, okay?
You had a different vision than what I had. My idea
And we really-
for that
yeah.
story was something completely different than where you took it.
And we never really talked about it, and that was
Where
on
did
us.
he take it?
He took it to like being wrestling gods, and where it was supposed to be is like the Supernatural TV show.
And which it was doomed from the beginning because I've never watched a single episode of Supernatural in my entire life.
In my opinion, I didn't
It was the
see-
4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse, is what it was supposed to be.
In my opinion, I didn't see a difference in any.
Anything Will did, he was the same person.
It was the
Absolutely. No,
Fair
he
enough.
was. He was
Fair
MXG. He was MXG.
Just MXG. Just
thing.
fuck you, and if you don't
not
like
even-
it, fuck you
not
more.
Even turned up to 10, like turned up to 1.5.
With white
You barely
clothes on.
turned it up. Yeah,
Fuck
it was MXG
you.
with white clothes on. But yes, the main event
Said that
was
shit.
the Inner Circle versus the Pinnacle in
Bro, it's really
a
fucking hot in
stadium
here.
stampede match.
I enjoyed this match.
Again, they did it again. And shout out to Urban Meyer, head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
had a little
Cameo.
cameo in this match.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
I can't shout that
match.
guy out. Screw that guy.
Urban
Fuck
Meyer.
Ohio State.
Screw that.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
okay,
yeah,
that
fuck
makes
Ohio State. Yeah, I can't.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, Urban
Sorry, Penn
Meyer
State.
was
We are.
Urban Meyer was in this match for a brief second. A lot of big spots, so many to talk about here, but if we talked about the entire match in detail, we would be on here till midnight. But yes,
I ain't got time for that.
we'll break it down into some sections here. Wardlow broke off with Jake Hager. Chris Jericho. Let's do how we started out. The match started out with a limo arriving and MJF getting out of the limo, calling out the Inner Circle. The Inner Circle then is seen on top of the stadium.
That was ballsy.
And it was ballsy.
It was ballsy.
They repelled. They repelled.
They repelled. They repelled.
To
Not gonna lie, I wasn't a fan of it.
All five of them.
It made,
Yes, on the same
it made them look like badasses. But given the history of that in wrestling,
Tony Khan wasn't gonna let that go wrong.
Yeah.
no,
All
yeah,
five
well, yeah.
is like top.
I mean,
There was professionals up there with them. It wasn't just those five. You
was-
could see other people up there with them.
Yeah.
the
But
anniversary of Owen
Winchester
Hart's
Brothers
death
is what it was
just
supposed
passed.
to be. That.
No.
But yeah, Will just turned
Ew.
into Will. But yes, the Inner Circle repelled down, which was honestly it was ballsy, but it was badass.
Yes. Their attires were badass.
And
too.
their attires were badass. They had vests.
They always have badass attires, though.
And instead of like in Blood and Guts, they had prison jumpsuits. This time they had biker jackets.
Yes.
They had cups.
Inner Circle's so great. I'm glad that they won.
But yes, once they got down, they go to the ring, or they go down to the field. MJF gets back in the limo, and they beat on the limo trying to get him out, thinking that the rest of Pinnacle is in there as well. They were not. They pulled up in Cash Wheeler's truck, and the fight ensued. They broke off into their rightful pairing that they've been doing.
Respective, yeah. MJF, Jericho, Guevara, Spears, FTR,
and Wardlow,
Yeah.
and then FTR versus
all that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pride and
Proud and Powerful.
Spears.
We still running with the hat.
Their old name.
Are we still running with that hashtag, Cody?
Yes. Do
Okay.
you wanna say it?
I
forgot.
don't remember what it was. That's why I forgot it.
Hashtag free
Free legs.
Yeah,
free LAX.
free LAX. That's what it was.
Lax-
That's what it was.
laxatives.
Yeah, I always want to call
Laxatives.
them LAX.
No, stop it. It's not laxatives. They're LAX.
Free
Stop it.
laxatives.
Free laxatives.
No.
But
This
yes.
is not the bit.
They broke off into their respective pairing. And Sean Spears ends up running away from Sammy Guevara, and you see him sitting in a room full of chairs because he is the chairman again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like how they finally are having him be a chairman. Instead of being a guy with a chair, they have him being the chairman. Like they should.
Oh, I love the character development of him in this match.
Yes.
They really made him look.
He grew in this
psychotic.
match alone.
They made him look.
He did, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I would like to say though that looked like the opening to a Hamilton play when he was sitting in that dark.
God
room with
damn
the
it.
chairs.
I somewhat agree with you.
He could have broke out into a song and dance, and I would not have been surprised.
Feeling sad? What the fuck?
But yeah, and then we had Wardlow and Jake Hager throwing some stiff
Jake
shots.
Hager. Yeah, they were in a freezer, and you could tell that them motherfuckers were uncomfortable as shit in there.
Yeah.
He
As
grabbed
well
the
as-
icicle.
I wouldn't
was
wanna
gonna stab
wrestle
him
in a
with it.
Yeah, he grabbed Wardlow grabbed the icicle and was wielding it like a knife.
Yeah.
Went to stab Jake Hager, but with his MMA experience, he was able to disarm
Yeah.
Wardlow.
I also
And,
like the part where they pushed through the fake pig.
And they ended up they ended up ending.
Oh my god, I forgot about the fake pigs.
They ended up ending their portion of the match with Jake Hager throwing Wardlow through kind of like a wooden.
I don't know
shelf
what that
structure
was. It looked like a table, but with extra steps.
Yeah, it was like three. It looked like a shelf, to be realistic. But Jake Hager threw Wardlow through it from the top of a golf cart. So that ended their fight.
That golf cart was unstable as fuck.
Let's move on to Santana Ortiz versus Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood. They met in what looked like the club/bar area of Daly's Place. Started out with all of them taking a shot together of what seemed to be vodka. Probably was water.
I think it was Patron.
Could have been. But they all took a shot together, and we see in the background the DJ is Conan. So we got a nice little cameo from Conan in this.
I'm going to be real with you. I don't know who that is.
Shut your mouth.
I'm serious, okay? I'm not kidding.
Right now?
It's not a joke. I actually don't know who Conan is.
Part of LAX.
Yeah.
I didn't watch
NWO
Impact in 2016.
Wolfpack.
Yep, Wolfpack. That's what I was saying when I was saying think back further. Yeah, he was literally in Wolfpack. Yeah.
The real Wolfpack.
The real Wolfpack.
And
Got the fake ass
and
wannabe.
LWO. He was in LWO as well.
LW.
Latin World Order.
Oh, okay. No, I remember now. I remember.
Yes. But
It's
Conan,
just
Conan's
that he
great.
was like older than Kurt.
Conan's a legend. Yeah. And he had a little spot in this match as well. Yeah, Tully Blanchard tried to interject himself into this match. Conan catches him and stops him, and then Santana goes over and gives him a nice punch to the stomach to drop Tully Blanchard.
Didn't he stab him with something too?
Yes.
Didn't Tully?
He took.
Yeah, Tully Blanchard got stabbed.
Yeah, he stabbed him in the forehead with I don't know. It looked like it kind of looked like
I don't remember what it
broken
was.
Pool stick. That's kind of what it looked like.
That you might be right.
Because that's what was that. Tully Blanchard was coming over to hit Santana with that, and that's what Conan stopped. He went back for the swing, and Conan grabbed his arm mid swing, and then that's when Santana came over and punched Tully in the stomach, dropping him.
Hit them old people.
Yeah, hitting old people.
Yeah, old people
Give the kid
violence.
a break. Last time K-Dog was a hit was before MX was born. It's disrespectful, okay?
It's
Wait, what happened?
And that's not
disrespectful.
That's not true because he was a big deal on Impact. I mean, Impact.
I didn't really watch Impact in 2016. I was
mean,
in and out of group homes at that time.
That's fair, I guess. But yeah, he was in LAX. He's been. If you listen to podcasts, people always talk highly of Conan. Getting them pushed because he was a big influence backstage. He was kind of WCW / he was like an ECW guy, sort of. But he was, think of like Taker's influence. That's what Conan had in WCW.
Gotcha.
Big fish in a little pond. He was a big fish in a little pond. But not WCW. He was still a mediocre fish in that big pond. But in TNA, I wouldn't even say he was a big fish there. He was just part of LAX as an enforcer.
Free LAX.
He's been in the business for at least 30 to 40 years.
30 years, yeah.
He's been in the business for a long, long time.
I'll have to do my research because I know a lot about wrestling. I didn't know who that was.
Look up Conan. Please do.
I will definitely do that after the stream.
Conan is great. I love Conan. But yes, and then moving on, we had Chris Jericho and we had MJF. They were fighting all throughout the Jaguars training room and
they had
film
such
room
good chemistry
and offices. They went everywhere in the Jaguars portion of Daly's Place. So, let's see.
Then they went
Guevara and Sean Spears went into kind of like a storage area, and Sean Spears handcuffed Sammy Guevara to the rack. which he did end up getting free. And they fought a little bit more outside in kind of like the hallway area. Sean Spears... Actually, I'll skip that and I'll talk about Chris Jericho because that leads to the finish. So Chris Jericho and MJF, they fought all throughout. Like I said, we had Urban Meyer in there. We had Tony Khan's dad in a cardboard cutout, which MJF punched, and Chris Jericho said, "Oh, you're in big trouble," because he hit Tony Khan's dad.
And then Chris Jericho dusted it off.
He dusted it off and then picked it up and hit MJF with it. It's just funny. Shad Khan
I love Jericho
getting involved in that. But yes, at one point in time, it looked like kind of like an office conference room that you would see. They were fighting in there, and Chris Jericho found Floyd, which is his baseball bat, which was hidden in a cabinet
For some
reason. And oh my God, he connected with MJF's head.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if you guys heard the sound
he connected.
of it. He connected.
That
with
was
MJF's
the
head.
sound of
You
an
heard
aluminum
the
baseball
ding.
bat bounce off of somebody's skull.
No, it was. He hit MJF in the head with Floyd, and it didn't look soft because it was a big ding, and it was
a ding.
live. Yeah, it was live as well. So they did not edit that. This is not
I
like-
was expecting them
this
to
is
do it
not
like they did it last year.
Yeah, this is not like last year's Stadium Stampede, which it was filmed over an all-night... Did you input that browser link? No, I already told about that just a little bit earlier. But I will turn it on for my next stream, which I will be streaming on Friday.
Friday.
Yes.
What are you streaming on Friday?
Asking for a friend. He wants to scare me because I scared him.
No.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is.
We
He's
need to
asking...
find out which friend that is.
Travis. Okay. But yes, the end of the match, we had Sammy Guevara and Sean Spears in the ring. Yes, they made it out to the ring that was wrestled in all night. Started on the Jaguars field and ended in the ring that we've seen all night. Sammy Guevara was the star of this entire match, by far. And I mean, realistically, he's taken a fall in this feud. He is the one that had to quit the match at Blood and Guts. So really, he was the only one taking falls, but this is the match where he gets the fall over Sean Spears.
It all paid off in the end.
It did all pay off in the end. And I don't know if you guys saw, but there was a 5-minute clip that was posted by AEW of a promo after the match.
I
all of the
actually have not seen that yet.
Please do yourself a favor and watch that. Inner Circle is great on the mic, and they all spoke.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, it was great. But yeah, I love Sammy Guevara. He is going... I said at the end of the match, right after the fall, I looked at Ty and said, he's going to be one of the biggest wrestlers in the world in 5 years.
He did say that.
In 5 years, he is going to be a top guy somewhere. I don't know where it is. I don't know if it's still going to be in AEW, but he's going to be a top guy somewhere.
As he should.
Yeah, he was great in this match. He was great in their last
You can
one,
be back on
the
Friday.
War Games, whatever. I forget what they called it, but it was War Games.
You that wanted to get him back? You said asking for a friend.
Yeah, he was great.
God damn it.
Yeah, I don't really see much of a downside to Sammy Guevara. He's great on the mic. He's really grown on the mic, I should say.
He's gotten much better on the mic since when AEW.
He's
first
always
debuted.
been great in the ring. I remember, again, going back to the debut episode in DC,
I will have to watch
he
that
fought Cody Rhodes in the first match on TV. So the first TV match AEW ever had was Sammy Guevara versus
Sammy
Cody
Guevara is
Rhodes,
so fucking good
and
too.
it was a great match. They put
Dude, I
on
don't know if you
20
remember last year. It like opened up a pay-per-view. I think it was
Sammy's
Sammy Guevara
personal
versus.
issues are not his downfall anymore because he's very, very good friends. He is now very, very good friends
I
with
don't
Sasha
think that's
Banks.
his only personal issue.
I
That's
think
the
that was
only
his
one that people
only
know
personal
about.
issue. Yeah.
but
He could have other
Yeah.
ones, but that's the one everybody knows about.
Yeah, and
that did also
I did talk about
happen-
this last week.
That did also happen when he
A-
was 18 years old. Not making an excuse for him, but he
No,
says
there's
that
definitely
he's-
no excuse from it.
He says that he's grown from it. Him and Sasha have talked about it. They forced Sammy to talk to Sasha, and if she did not,
And
forgive
that
him, he was going
AEW,
to be
I talked
fired.
about this last week on nOw. AEW handled that situation extremely well.
No, they did. He did have to go to sensitivity training and everything like that. But him and Sasha are very good friends now. They put it in the past, and I think he's learned from the situation. You believe it when
definitely.
you see it. This was a year ago, and he has not had anything bad happen since. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Is that Ali?
We'll see.
Randy
He's a year clean. He's a year clean
Year-
with
I'm
sensitivity.
pretty sure
training.
that's okay. All right.
He's a year clean with
Anyways.
sensitivity training and made amends with the person that he was talking about. So that is putting the right foot forward. So let's just hope it continues.
I would just like to say a random side note. Whenever people say, "Oh, they were putting on a clinic," I think of Mrs. Puff's boarding school music.
Oh my god, I hate you so much. Why is
I fucking hate it here, bro.
Everything goes back to SpongeBob. They handled
That's-
how
grew up
they
on this
handled how they should
show,
have,
okay.
yes, but I'm not going to give them praise. Time will tell. Well, you're at a year, so how much time do you need to forgive the man?
50 years. You're gonna blame the incident on this.
But yeah,
50 years later.
I mean, I get it because there are people that were deemed clean that
We're
it was
not
lies
clean.
that have been fired because of the allegations. He was guilty. He was.
He was.
Oh.
I actually, I don't know if you remember the podcast that I was on, but I was actually like a heavy listener of that podcast from like 2020 to like
What podcast?
I don't fucking know, like August or
Throw your
something.
phone at me.
I didn't. But I should have.
But yeah, I didn't actually know about that.
Yeah. No, that happened, and
Yeah, it happened. It's a thing that happened.
it's
and
been dealt with,
yeah.
and we've moved.
It's been
on.
dealt with. Yeah.
So
Wish we could move
We'll-
on from the whole
we'll see
dream
if
thing,
it,
but
if
you
it
know.
comes back. But as of right now, he's in the clear. Yes, and Velveteen
Yeah.
Dream was deemed innocent, and he has been fired.
Yeah.
Because people won't.
Because
shut
of
the fuck
fans, and I talked very
Well,
deeply about it last week.
And wrestling fans are the worst fans. We've
are.
talked about this before.
But yes, that ended a great show, Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
Honestly, looking at Adam Page versus Brian Cage, Young Bucks versus Eddie Kingston and John Moxley, Jungle Boy winning, Cody Rhodes versus Anthony Ogogo was decent. Miro versus Lance
Besides the
Archer
finish.
was a good match.
There really wasn't a bad match.
Did you just
on
say
the
Cody
card.
Rhodes?
There
You
was-
didn't like the finish of Cody Rhodes versus Anthony
No.
Ogogo? It was the
Look,
vertical
man,
breaker. You like the move that was used?
I like the move. I just didn't think it should have ended the match.
I don't think Cody Rhodes should have won the match at all.
No.
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah, so I mean, key points
The wrong
of
person
this
won that
pay-per-view that we've
Seems to be a theme with the Cody Rhodes matches, but I digress.
Yeah, so the key points to this pay-per-view that we've talked about now and we are completed talking about is one,
Hey yo.
Adam Page is going to be a star.
Sammy Guevara is going to be a
Sammy Guevara is going to be a star. Young Bucks
MJF.
MJF is already a star, literally starting to shine. The Young Bucks and Eddie Kingston and John Moxley, great storytelling. Jungle Boy, AEW is extremely smart not having Christian Cage get the win over Jungle Boy and getting Christian Cage booed as a face.
And they got him cheered after the match because he gave Jungle
He
Boy
did.
the-
He gave Jungle Boy
Jungle Boy props.
Yeah, and everything like that.
Jungle
And
Boy's
which
going to
I'm-
be a big star too. I mean, he already
I
is
like
kind
Christian.
of,
Yeah,
but-
he's already.
I love Christian. I love Christian. Cody, say the line real quick. I know Travis is in here. Say the line real quick.
Christian's better than Edge. Well, that's
There it
that's
is.
not a line; it's a fact. Anthony Ogogo should have
Oh,
gotten
God.
the win over Cody Rhodes, but they got
should have,
they got
but-
11 minutes in a good match that I thought was going to be a squash match. So I accept the 11 minutes. Both men look strong in the match. Miro,
And you know,
he got his win.
the,
He needed a snake.
Yeet the snake.
Hit
That's our next merch.
Baker, DMD
D.
is the new
Yes, sir.
AEW Women's World Champion.
Oh my god, I was so happy for that.
A
Not even
62-year-old man can still move in the ring. Kenny Omega is a dirtbag world champion, and I love it. And the Inner Circle and Pinnacle are 1-1. Third match, definitely gonna happen.
He was quiet, didn't he, Ron?
I will
Here's
say
why
the
I
Stadium
think- here, let me-
Stampede.
Hold on, Trevor, real quick.
Christian is better than Edge.
Hey, Cody's eating
Adam
the mic.
Copeland.
Somebody get a fucking clip of that real quick.
Oh.
We need that for merch.
I'll pick this up.
It's a dumb joke.
But yes, that was the
And
show.
now we're banned on Twitch.
That was the week. No, I can get in a hot tub and be fine. We'll be okay.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Next podcast from a hot tub. You heard
Well,
it
I
here
was gonna
first.
say,
I'm getting in
though.
a hot tub on stream. I don't mind. Travis,
The Stadium Stamp.
Because that won't get us because that is a category on Twitch.
Trevor's talking about wrestling, which this is what
Oh.
the podcast is about.
Sorry.
Stadium
Sorry, I'm
Stampede
gonna
match
stop you.
was good, but I don't think it was as good as the first one.
No, it
The
was.
first
agree
one
with
was
that.
a lot, just hilarious.
It felt different.
I watched the first one. I had the privilege of watching Double or Nothing last year live. First AEW pay-per-view I ever got to watch live. It was great. It was great.
Brandon, thank you for
I
your
enjoyed
second
it.
comment at 2.5 hours into the show. Thank you.
And it's against you.
I know, and against me. How rude. Yeah. No, I
Trevor
agree
is
with
better
you.
than Cody.
I
On what
agree with
fucking
you.
planet?
Stop it. We are not causing a rift between me and Trevor. I agree with you that the first Stadium Stampede was better. They had different feels to it. This felt more like a fight. That one felt more comedic. But that one also had some bigger spots to it. Like the finish of that match was way better. than
Yeah, where Kenny Omega killed Sammy Guevara.
one wing.
Yeah, that was
from
fun.
the second section, the second level.
Horse.
It was.
Okay.
Adam Page riding in on a horse.
Yeah,
Adam Page riding on a horse.
I
love Adam Page, sorry.
Honestly, they're overplaying. He's been here, but he hasn't. Because I can see right now that he's on Call of Duty. So he can't play with me. Yeah.
Also,
Got
Sammy
him.
using the golf cart thing to run somebody else down so he
That's
got
what I was
last.
that's what I was just saying. Is I feel like they are overplaying the golf cart.
Yeah.
This is now,
feel like that's
this
become-
is now like the 8th time we've had a golf cart chasing somebody. Ty knows what's up though.
I don't think it's that high, but it's pretty up there.
I do.
Okay, we'll talk about it. But yeah,
Cody, you trying to play some Rocket League tonight after the stream?
I am not.
Okay. Fair.
I'm going to.
Look, man, I just need somebody to carry me to Diamond again.
I'm probably just gonna watch Dragon Ball Z and go to bed.
Fair.
Ty's with me, so I don't want to make him feel left out. Playing
Fair,
a
fair,
single
fair.
player game without him.
I forgot about that whole thing.
You feel left out being on the podcast live?
I feel so.
I didn't say that.
But yes, that was the week in wrestling and Double or Nothing. Surprise, surprise. I am still going to put the poll up. I know I said I was going to do it last week, and I didn't do it. But this week
Yeah,
I will do it.
fuck.
But next
like,
week we will
what
not
the
be
hell?
talking about what pay-per-view wins. That'll be in 2 weeks. Next week we are going to review a movie, a documentary, if you will.
Heyo.
We are going to be reviewing You Cannot Kill David Arquette, which is wrestling themed. So we are going to go with it.
David Arquette. You mean former WCW World Champion David Arquette? That David Arquette? What the fuck? Bro, it's cutting out. What the fuck?
I held it longer on the redemption than I did right there. Oh my god. But yes. Where were we at? What were we talking about? Oh,
were talking about
You Cannot Kill David Arquette.
You cannot kill David Arquette, yeah.
It is on Hulu. So please, I will be making.
I think it's on
posts about
YouTube
that.
as well, just with ads.
It might be on YouTube as well. I do know it is on Hulu though. So if you have a Hulu
I will-
subscription, It is on Hulu.
Then we'll give it a watch.
Yes, please give it a watch. It is great. We will be reviewing it next week. Trevor hasn't seen it either, and Gravity, I told him to watch it on Friday. I don't know if he actually watched it. You did watch it? Great.
I watched it.
He did watch it when I told him to watch it on Friday. Great documentary. We will be reviewing that next week instead of doing a regular review.
That means I'll have to buy Hulu subscription just to see that
I will
documentary.
give you. We can watch it tonight. I have Hulu. We'll watch it tonight. Yes. But that will be what we talk about next week, as well as the weekend wrestling. Check out fellow.
Heyo!
Oh,
Appreciate that, Travis.
look at that! How nice of you.
I appreciate that. Yeah. I'm gonna ask. I know you did give me the shout out. Can I plug it? Can I plug my shit real quick, Travis?
I mean,
You already got plugged.
you just got plugged, so I mean.
No, I'm plugging my big thing tomorrow night.
He's dog
Oh,
water,
probably
kid.
not, because that's yeah, it's the same thing that we do. So, Fortnite, yes, you can plug.
Okay. Well, I play Fortnite on stream pretty much every other day.
I don't.
So,
I don't think you can
oh,
plug
fine.
the other thing.
No.
I don't think I can plug the whole
Yeah.
thing
That's
that got me
between-
over.
That's between you and Gravity.
I don't know. If I can plug it, I'll plug it. I'll ask it. I'm not going to do the whole thing that everybody else does, where they share their shit onto my page and then I have to decline it. We ain't talking about that right now.
Yeah, we decline a lot of
We're-
self-promoters.
Yeah.
Yes. But
I'm starting to have to decline a lot of stuff too. They're sharing. Yeah, I'm going to shut up. We'll talk later.
thank you, host of the show. I'll take it over from here. I'm just kidding. No, but yes, next week we will be talking about the week in wrestling, as well as You Cannot Kill David Arquette. Like I said, it is on Hulu, so if you have not seen it, go on Hulu, watch You Cannot Kill David Arquette. I think the 5 people here already
Fair.
know who you are and are
Fair.
in your league. True.
I mean,
probably.
Cody and Trevor are, and that's about it.
Fuck.
But yes.
And Travis is 3 people, technically.
I think that title of that documentary is very ballsy because I think I could beat up David Arquette.
David Arquette literally on. I'm not going to talk about it right now.
You can kick my ass.
We'll talk
Good
about
night,
it next
everybody.
week. But yes, tomorrow. What's going on
I wish they
tomorrow?
would. What is going on tomorrow? It's a Tuesday. Is Travis streaming tomorrow?
Travis has got the. Is it the music?
It's supposed to be the music.
Yeah,
I can't
what's the
remember
music
what-
podcast
can't
tomorrow
remember
so I can
what
listen to the
it is.
album?
Travis, plug your album that you're doing tomorrow.
Yeah, plug your album, Travis.
Wednesday.
Damn.
Huh?
What?
What?
What did he say?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't fucking know.
Wednesday, Gravity will be back playing more video games. On the
Could be
poll
starting
right now.
something new.
Well, on the poll right now,
He is gonna be
Classics
starting
Lounge. Classics Lounge is leading the poll. I don't know if he's going to follow the poll.
I'm a very heavy advocate for Classics Lounge.
Yes, Classic Lounge, you're literally just telling the people you had joined to vote for it, and they are, and you are leading because of
That I didn't actually do that. They voted for that by themselves. I told them to vote
21 okay,
for me on the
tomorrow is
fucking
21
NPC
Pilots
poll, which I'm
album
not a part of
review.
anymore.
it.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. So tune in tomorrow to listen to 21 Pilots album review. Wednesday, I don't know if are you doing Classics Lounge because that's leading, or are you starting a new game? Because he has completed Resident Evil. So if you have not watched that, please go watch that playthrough on YouTube. Yes.
I was able to get through it. It was minimal jump scares.
It'll just be me staring
Oh, you're
into the
doing
eyes.
Resident Evil Reverse. Okay. So he's not doing Classics
Gotcha.
Lounge starting this week. He will
Thursday's
be doing
not.
Resident
Thursday's
Evil
not.
Reverse. Travis, got to talk to you, by the way. Say it with your chest. Say it out here in front of all the people. Say it with your chest.
So
but yes.
Thursday is not, and then Friday is the NPC tournament, if I'm not mistaken. Right?
Classics Lounge will
Classics Lounge will
return
return
in
2 weeks on Wednesday. And Metal goes, oh, okay. I can
Yes,
talk with that.
So Friday, I will most likely be streaming a video game of sort.
Just get a
Because
screenshot of that real quick. Just in case we try
Because
to
of course.
finesse it.
And then Saturday, I will not be streaming. Nobody will be streaming unless Travis decides he wants to stream.
Or just saying.
What's Metal?
There should be a
Raven,
live
Trevor,
stream
I called
where
this man.
this-
I
that
haven't
is
called
the
this
week.
man Raven in at least a year.
Lovingly.
I'm just gonna go outside now. Good night, everybody.
Well, we're signing off. Trevor, do you have any final words?
Goodbye. Thanks for coming.
I love it.
Thanks for
I love it. MXJ, I'm going to regret it, but final words?
No, I got nothing.
Perfect.
I've already said what needed to be said. And let me just make sure. Yeah, I'm still at the top of the list for the month. All right, cool.
All right. Ty, any
All
final
right.
words?
Tyron is great. Tyron #1.
What the fuck?
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
And thank you guys for coming out. I'm just going to show this on the way out. Thank you guys for coming out. Yeah, we'll be here all week. Please tune in to everything that we do. We appreciate you all very much, and we love you.
Travis, I will be
Good
messaging
night.
you in regards to my pay-per-views.
No.
The following announcement has been paid for by the